The countdown is over. Welcome back to the RLCS 2025 Team Constellation Run. Hopefully you all are doing well. I'm Sporty FC, and you guys are here, obviously, for day 2 of this RLCS act. And also for my allergies, because I can feel it. It's coming. Sneeze soon enough, actually. It didn't come, I guess, then. I was waiting for it to, I was waiting for that sneeze, but it never came, so I guess you're stuck with me instead, then. No sneezing. Not yet, at least. I'm sure it's gonna. We got our day 2 matchups coming in here. Team Constellation. First match against LeJit Esports. We'll talk more about that soon enough. But what's really important here is the bracket for today. Yesterday, went through day 1 all through the upper bracket. It was 4 straight wins, including a 3-1 series victory. And that very last match against the Paddington fans. Today, though, is day 2. It gets a lot tougher here. We're already in the top 192 teams in this tournament. Now it's about getting into that top 32. All we need to do it is 2 wins. If we win 2 best-of-5s, we're through. If we lose, it gets a little bit tougher. If we lose, that lower bracket actually, if we were to lose in this first round, we would have to win 4 matches straight. If we were to lose in round 2, we would only have to 2 matches. So every win here means we get to skip matches in that lower bracket, and that's what matters now in day 2. Getting wins, skipping lower bracket matches, because that lower bracket is scary. There's some very good teams in that lower bracket that are playing. And it's not exactly a place that I would want to be, if I was here personally. But, a lot of these teams, too, there's some pretty scary teams. Like, I can already see Zookeepers in the lower bracket. And that's a very good team that's right now in lowers. Obviously, the Paddington fans are there. We beat them yesterday in their last match. And there's going to be a lot of teams in this upper portion that will do it. Actually, Taha and company, Taha, Buffy, and SB are in lowers as well. That surprises me. But again, there's a lot of really good teams in lowers, so the battle's really there for everybody here playing today. But for us, we play against LeJit Esports, so that's the match that we're going to be getting to see here in round 1. And yes, this is that LeJit Esports that has been on stream before, but this is their top team, and actually, this is actually their LeJit Pulse roster, not, they're also known as LeJit Pulse. I actually know this team. It's weird, I know a good amount of teams were playing this tournament. But I recognize this LeJit Pulse team. At least I recognize, let's see. I know Kalichin and Juju. Hey, Kalichin, Juju, and Arc are all on LeJit Pulse. I didn't know if Arc was. Arc is also on LeJit Pulse. So. Yeah, all these players are on LeJit Pulse, which is a team that actually is going to be playing in ATS soon enough. So, it's a very, very strong, solid team. High 1900. Definitely going to be a challenge. But be able to win this first match. I know that we're easily good enough to win this first. That's my statement here, is that this LeJit Pulse team is high 1900. They're averaging the average mark from what I can gather for ATS is 1919. So again, everybody at this point is 1900 and above. You're not getting anybody who's below that point in here in uppers. What I'm really interested in, though, is in the chance that we do beat LeJit, which is very likely. We should be beating them. Our next match could be the Polar Knights, which is a very good team that not only do I know, I was on that team, Nightja, Polar, and Nex. Nightja used to be Lev's teammate back on Team Cold when they made top 16. It's also got Taquito and Somber, I'm almost certain are the ones streaming for it, who are good friends of mine. So we might get to see both Taquito and Somber later today, but let's not focus about that. We gotta focus on getting our first match win here. All matches today are best of 5, so it is a longer day in theory. It's definitely longer matches. But again, we only need to win 2 matches. Unlike yesterday where to go through uppers, we had to win 3. We now only need to win 2. It's tougher matches. It's much tougher matches. Get there soon enough, hope. 2 matches. That's all we need. Just 2. If we can win 2 matches, we're going through to top 32 for a second straight event. And I know that for Team Constellation, they went to uppers last time around. They went to lowers to get to that point. It's a tougher bracket now because only 24 spots available rather than 32. The number of spots available last event, because 8 teams have already auto-qualified from last event to make top 32 based on their seedings, or I should say based on their performance in the first open event. So for Lev, Hepskid, and Ian, it's a tougher road, but this is definitely one that they can It is one where they might have issues, but they should be able to. If they want to be a team that is competing for those top spots, they should be making top 32. It's the team that should be doing it, considering just the talent on that roster. And even if they lose to the Polar Knights, which is not unlikely, saying this from a more neutral perspective, it's not unlikely. Lose to the Polar Knights, likely go down to lowers, and they are expected to play against Pineapple and Mr. Fearlight, two teams that they should be. Woozy, Indigo, and Dizzy, that's a team they should be beating. So, again, a lot of really good teams. Obviously, some really solid bubble squads. But there's no guarantee that anybody in this bracket is making top 32. There are some teams here that should be making it, but it is a tough road. There are always upsets in these brackets. So, for the Constellation roster, it's up to them to prove why they should be back in the top 32 for day 3, why they should be back. Obviously, the pressure is on them to do it, but they should be just fine. They did it last event in a bracket that was not easy for themselves. Another bracket that's not going to be easy. There's no such thing as an easy bracket going into the uppers. Or even lowers, really, in that case. There's some pretty lowers already. Team Constellation. It's a long road. It's a tough one. Hello, Magica and chat. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're doing well. We got our match coming up soon enough here against LeJit Esports. Hello, Blaz. Gonna wait on these players. I think they're in a scrim right now, so actually their scrim I know is taking longer than they wanted it to. We should be getting invited into the match. Enough? Uh-oh, my game's froze. There we go. That should help us out a little bit. My didn't know if it was gonna crash my game or not. If it crashed my game, this would be terrible. We're going to wait here. I can tell Constellation's not ready, just from the bracket. But again, there's some very, very scary who are playing in this bracket here. Accidentally muted myself. Polar Knights being one of them. That's a team that we're expected to play against in round 2. I'm good. You're good? Magica asking how I'm doing. I'm doing great, Magica. As I got confirmation. Somber is streaming that, so I'm almost certain it is Somber and Taquito. As usual. Actually, it's Somber, Taquito, and Sleeper. They got 3 people. I forgot Sleeper's joined them for this event. So, I know Somber and Taquito pretty well. Sleeper don't know as well, although I know who he is. I've just never worked with them personally. I've worked with Somber and Taquito. They're amazing people. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Know that they're gonna have a fun time together. But again, they have to play against, I don't know, Just Put Anything, I think it's the team name. Who's on that team? That's Creed's team. Oh, that's Creed, Soars, and Glowing. A good team name. I can appreciate some of the funnier team names up here. Teams that sign up to this event that have, quite honestly, great team names. Although, at this point, again, we are just playing the waiting game here for Constellation. Should be readying up soon. LeJit Esports are ready. Be fun. On the other side of the bracket, as you guys can see, Pirates on a Boat are also on our side. They're expected to rematch up. So if we can beat Constellation, which is very doable. I know that Lev would love to beat his former teammate, his former longtime teammate in Nightja. Pirates on a Boat are a very good roster. The fortunate thing is, if we were to get to round 3 in uppers, we don't need to beat Pirates to make it top 32. We'll be in a good position as we're getting the confirmation. Hepskid's inviting us in, so we're good to go. They must have just finished their scrim. So we'll get things going shortly here. LeJit Esports, our first match today. Again, should be our first of 3. Bubbles is here. Hello, Bubbles. I am definitely interested in seeing how Constellation plays today, considering that yesterday they kind of trolled a lot. Today they're obviously not going to do any of that kind of stuff today, because they're playing today is pretty good. But again, our first match against LeJit. All matches are best of 5 today, so. We'll see how things go. Again, they didn't play their best yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a day for trolling. Constellation, I know, got to talk with their coach as well. They're Larson, right? Yeah, that is. Are sensational. A lot of things to say. They're talking a lot about the Polar Knights. I know they've been mentioning a lot about them, considering not only is it from a teammate in Nightja, but also because that team has some pretty solid. Nightja is definitely a player who can make top 6. I've always considered him kind of that bubble player, that gatekeeper to the top 16. But in honesty, Nightja could make top 16. He's been around long enough. He's already done it once with Lev, so very doable. I mean, he is definitely a gatekeeper. Top 16. I would expect both those teams, both Constellation and the Polar Knights, are expected to make top. So definitely, they definitely have a bit of pressure on their shoulders. Repeat, especially with how tough this double elimination bracket gets by the end of it. Considering we've already had a ton of upsets in this bracket, we'll see what else happens, but definitely possible. Hello, Bubbles, by the way. We're here to crush your team. We're here to crush your team, Bubbles. We're not letting LeJit Esports beat us. I'm trying to wait for the ready up. I think oh dear. We'll wait on, I think it's Lev. It's probably Lev. Lev seems to have issues with being here on time. Often leaves right before matches start, just something. So he's probably just doing that. Give it a moment, he'll be here. They are definitely playing chicken with the timer. And if we don't get their match started soon enough, we could actually be kicked down to low. But Lev will be here. Lev will be here. Although we are about like a minute away from that time. I don't know what Lev's doing. It's more like 2 minutes. I don't know what Lev's doing. I know he's playing a game of chicken right now. We'll see if we'll see when he gets back. But when he does, it's gonna be a close call. Not the first time he's done that, by the way. We'll wait on Lev. If he doesn't show up though, in the case that whoever loses this, by the way, whoever loses this match does go to lowers, and would have to win 5 matches straight to go to that. Not an easy play. That's not an easy thing to do. Not exactly something I would want to do, as we are now 1 minute away from Lev. Where is he? Oh dear. Where is Lev? I knew it was him who's not here, because he's always the one who revives the latest. Alright, he must have just joined back, because they've clicked the okay to join, so my assumption is that they did that because Lev's back. Lev go. We kind of need him. We kind of need Lev here to play our match. Where on earth is he? Lev, it's the case of the missing Lev. Where is this guy? Disappeared. Alright, there he is. My goodness. He just said he's ready. Alright, thanks, Lev. Thanks, man. My goodness. Right before the 10-minute mark as well. But we're good. They already said that he was already ready like a minute ago, but obviously we obviously got here a minute ago trying to set things up, but we'll get our match underway anyways. Lev's he's playing with the timer right now. I'm so happy that he's not late and that we don't get kicked to lowers like this. Because I would hate for that to be the way our day starts. Looking at that lower bracket, I don't really want to go down there. I really don't want to go down there. We went there the last event. I don't want to win. I have to play. That's a long day. All these matches are best of 5s. I really don't want to wait that long. As we are waiting on LeJit. It seems like Constellation's the one who's making. So we're in the lobby here. We'll wait on Kalichin, Jujui, Kirk. asking for central lobby, so we'll give him a central lobby here. I just don't know why. Constellation always makes it east. You should be making it central. Considering most teams prefer to have central lobbies. And also because considering that's the RLCS default in North America. It's a weird change. It's one that's kind of stuck under the radar for a lot of... The default lobbies this season are central. That's east, which is actually not that surprising considering that default lobbies in the past have always been central lobbies. But now they actually have the central... Now they actually have central lobbies as their own section. Now you can actually have central lobbies. Here's... Yep, it is Kalashin, Arc, and Juju. We'll get this match underway here. Our best of fives begin. Constellation is on the orange again. I keep putting them on the wrong side here. And I knew what side they're on as well. There you go. It's a best of five here. Constellation with Lev, Hepskid, and Ian. And it's LeJit Esports, or many might know him as LeJit Esports Pulse with Hepskid, not Hepskid, Arc, Kalichin, and Juju. Constellation is going to be working a lot as like a warm-up match for them. This is definitely a match they are quite strong favorites in, but considering how yesterday went for them, they didn't have the best time yesterday against some lower-ranked teams. Definitely their time to prove that between yesterday and today, that today they're not messing around. Really, I think what the mark's going to be here is not really about getting a win per se. It's about making sure that not only do they get a win, but they also prove that they're not messing around like they did yesterday, and that's a good start. With a pass like that from Lev, there is no other options for Ian but hitting the net there. And we've seen a lot more passing plays from Constellation. They've always been attacking that corner, but in the first events it was a lot of solo plays in the corner, going for like double taps. Now it's a lot more controlled passes. It's a little different. I know that Larson, one of the key points he mentioned was about ball control. Can't say exactly what he said about ball control. I do know, but I can't say it. Privacy, but I can't say he was talking about ball control a lot, so I'm expecting to see a lot more of that from Constellation. Passes on plays where they try to keep the ball as close to each other as they can, and, you know, hopefully a lot of connections that will succeed as getting that first goal. Ian, Lev, it could be number 2, it will be! Oh, it's a beautiful shot from Lev. To the top right corner, too, he had 2 defenders barreling down on him, and yet he still gets it put right behind Kalichin, right behind Arc, and into the back of the net. Constellation with an early 2-goal lead. A team as confident as they are, they need a good start like this, especially with, again, how inconsistent yesterday was for all these players, especially for someone like Lev, who really didn't show up very much. It was Ian who played exceptionally well yesterday. Part of that is also Lev, you know, doing his usual overcommits. You can tell he's not doing that anymore. As Constellation takes a 3-goal lead inside 90 seconds here in Game 1. And with a 3-goal lead like that, this is a confident start, and again, I'm happy to see that Lev is in the middle of it again. I mean, if this Constellation team's going to succeed, it's going to take everybody, but Lev's got to be that team leader. He's got to be that person who brings his experience in. I mentioned it in Open number 1, how much that experience matters. It still matters here in Open 2, considering that he's the only one out of these 3 players to have even made top 16. Now he's going for a flip reset! Oh my goodness! Oh my, this is the Lev show! The Saudi Arabian phenom has shown up, and that is a huge statement goal. Hat-trick made, and Lev is leading Constellation to victory. I don't know if I've seen a start from Lev nearly as promising as this. And I've seen this guy a lot in my past. He back on Pirates on a Bot, back on the Llama Champions. This Blue Lock. Back even on Team Cold when he had to start there. This guy's confident, but it is a goal back for LeJit Esports. We've only gone through just about 2 minutes of gameplay here, but a double commit will be about as easy as he gets for Juju. And Bubbles, I know you're part of LeJit. Let me know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. LeJit, they're first of the series, and for Constellation, I mean, a lead like 4 goals is pretty confident, but I'm going to need to see more. Okay, well, there's more. They're back to a 4-goal lead. Ian, off the kickoff, and usually Constellation sucks at kickoffs. They usually struggle with this kind of part of their game plan, but it's working here, it's working now. I know they've been practicing on it. They haven't practiced on it a lot, though. It was a huge issue yesterday. Doesn't really feel like they've changed too much of it. I think that third player back though is just a little bit more defensive than they were before, so maybe they're just doing that to catch themselves a little bit better whenever the play obviously doesn't go their way, which it often does on kickoffs. Steps. Great first touch, gets right around Arc. Now he's using the ceiling. Arc still in the midfield. Is Jujui will clear, and where's the challenge? Ian left Jujui, and it's a second open net for this guy. Well, Ian completely botched his positioning there. Looked like the controller this guy didn't even turn. I hope it wasn't a disconnect, but it did look like that. Or he was just going out of his way to try to hit across the nets, which that position when with Jujui barreling in like that, you can't do that. As Ep's trying to take another net here, Lev. Ian trying to make up for it. That's a very heavy first touch, but it sets up Epskid. And Constellation makes it 6-2. I may not be the biggest fan of how heavily they're pushing that midfield, but it is working, and LeJit Esports are folding under that pressure. This is a confident Team Constellation, and definitely what we need to see out of this side. As Jujui, Ian does very well to get there. It was a relatively slow rotation off that kickoff. Ian, who had made that mistake earlier to let LeJit Esports buy him, will not do it again as Lev now up to the ceiling. Facing the wrong direction, cannot put in the midfield as Arc will clear this, bumped out by Hepskid as Ian will use that big body to get the dunk in. Constellation. It's going for these Johnson. I like it. They're prioritizing these players rather than the ball at all times. They know that this LeJit side, well, they know that it's a way to beat this LeJit side, just to get rid of the players. They've been doing it a lot all game. They've been forcing LeJit Esports to essentially commit where they don't want to, and to, you know, not be able to make those second touches. Although that's not a very good touch there. Straight to Arc. Oh, he's whiffed it completely. And that's going to be a lot of time off the clock here in favor of Team Constellation. That clock is not going to be friendly today. It never is. It never will be. Team Constellation, a 4-goal lead, and usually in this position I'd be relatively nervous, and I definitely was when they got that 3-goal lead initially. Because this Constellation side dropped a 3-goal lead yesterday. But today looks to be a little different. Even when they've gotten scored on, they've had responses, they've had goals. LeJit Esports has not had their number at any point this game, as Lev trying for yet another flip reset, does get it around, it's left in front for Hepskid, and it's 7 goals now for Constellation. And I don't think they need to throw all their goals in the game 1. They've confirmed this game's theirs. I think now they're just going to play for game 2, wait for game 2, and go into it looking to repeat action. For all of you LeJit Esports fans, I'm sure that this is not the start you would want for today, but during its Constellation, I'm pretty happy. As Kalichin trying to go for a double flip reset. He's actually got it working here as Juju in front. Arc stuffed by Ian. And Constellation, I don't know if that really was necessary to get that block there, but doing whatever they can to make LeJit Esports' life that much tougher for themselves. As they'll win yet another challenge. It's Ian now. No second touch, and LeJit Esports will look for one last chance. They won't get it. Oh, they actually might get it here as Constellation still getting the dunk slow. There we go. That's game 1. 7-2, the scoreline. Oh, Constipation. That's the person, my guy. Wrong. All right, listen. Should I change the overlay Team Constipation? I'll do it for game 3 if they win game 2. You know what? I'll do it for game 2 since you said it. It's kind of funny. There you go. I'm sorry, I've got the humor of a 5-year-old at times. There you go. Team name change from Larson. From Coach Larson, it's now Team Constipation. I got you, Larson. I got you. We go to game 2 here, and we'll see how Team Constipation performs here. But a 7-2 game win there in game 1. I'm hoping that me making these jokes is not going to make things worse for us. I am definitely... I know I'm not someone, you know, who's much of a person when it comes down to, you know, like ghost theories and all that stuff. And, I'm trying to find the right word for it. And like routines. But, I'm a skeptic. There you go, that's what it is. Skeptics. I'm not much of a skeptic, but whenever it comes down to runs like these, I definitely start to become a little bit more skeptical of things. But that's a beautiful pass, and Ian has completely beamed it. He didn't even hit the net on that chance. That's a good start there. It's a really nice infield pass. Again, I like the control that we're seeing out of this Constellation side as Ian. Oh, he's got the fake. Gets around Arc too. He won't have a third challenge. But it doesn't matter, because in comes Lev. And he's going to take a poop on LeJit Esports. Inside a minute. And Lev. And that is no care in the world. Just going for it. It's a 1-goal lead already. Not as fast as game 1. But if that defense from Constellation can maybe prevent these open nets for LeJit Esports on those counterattacks, they're not going to need to score nearly as many. Because most of the goals last game, actually maybe all of them, they scored only twice. All of them came on open nets. And it was Jujui who had both of them, so the concern here obviously is making sure that you don't give up open nets. You don't challenge where you don't need to. And so far, they're definitely making it work as Ian nearly hit the net. That one, though, blocked wide as will be Ark's ball. Lev, though, up immediately for it, and it is aerial control as Heps. Lev, oh, he almost got the pre-jump there. That's a great place to do it, too, considering how close that ball is to the net. It's very tough to beat defenders in that position. So in many ways, these players, at the level that they're at, they know that. They obviously know that they aren't going to beat people in that goal line. So if you are going to beat them, you gotta essentially predict what's going to happen. That 1-goal lead does stand, but definitely loving this. Lev is playing so aggressive right now. He bumped out Jujui. That's left in front. Ian can't shoot on it. It's still only a 1-goal lead. This is anything but hell here for Constellation. All it takes is one big chance, and LeJit Esports can come back, and that will be it. And it's Jujui again. I think the name change may have hurt this team here. You know what? I'm gonna call an audible. We're changing the name back. It isn't working. There you go. I blame Coach Larson. Anyways, we'll go back into this. We're halfway through this game, tied at 1 each, and I've changed the name back. We did well in game 1, so maybe this is all we need to. This is all we need to get back into it. We just have missed opportunities this game. That's really all. Constellation just haven't been able to score in the chances that they have given themselves. As I said, a lot of their goal scoring in game 1 may have come back to bite them here in game 2. It is still a very tough LeJit Esports side. As Jujui always got all this space. You don't want to give him that. At this level, I'm surprised he actually didn't score in that position. Constellation better be thanking their lucky stars, because I think most players do score there. As Ian now in room, flip reset, Hepskid, oh, he's gonna take it from him. Oh, I love this. Ian didn't realize he got past everybody there. The reason why is because the challenges were so terribly timed. Calchin wasn't even close. And I think Ian actually would have been stopped there had Hepskid not jumped in and bumped him into that shot. And that's exactly what Hepskid wanted. He wanted to jump in there and just force the ball in. He knew it was a wide open. As Lev, oh my goodness, what a flip reset. He'll be saved away here as Ian already making his way back, playing the defensive role that we've come to know him to play since open event number 1. Lev fakes it! Hepskid goes through! No one saw him! Under the cloak of Lev, Hepskid sneaks in alone. Calchin and Arc. Oh, Arc jumped, but he was jumping for the block on Lev, not for the block on Hepskid. And Calchin, he just didn't feel any of it. Hello, Chances. How you doing? Nice to see you, my friend. We're here to watch LeJit Esports. But a 7-2 loss in game 1 for them, and I'm pretty happy here. I'm cheering for Constellation. As Ian, back wall. Arc, but Hepskid goes again. Off the back wall a second time. Now it's Jujui to stop. Arc doesn't read it. Ian's gonna score this on a quick break. And that is 3 goals that we have scored straight now. And you know what? I do blame Larson. Larson, you called for the team name change, and as soon as we changed it back, it's working. So I'm not trusting you ever again, Coach Larson. Coach Larson's great, everybody. Say hi to Coach Larson. He's amazing. As Jujui, off the kickoff, we'll score one back. I can't even mention Larson without a goal going in. Larson, I don't know if you're bad luck, but this is some terrible coincidences. We go. We keep game 2. 2 goals up, and Constellation, or as Larson calls them, Constipation, hold in this 2-goal lead. Hope they don't need to be potty trained for this final minute here as Lev resets. Mark jumps in. Jujui block Hepskid's attempt at pushing through. Mark beat by Ian. Knowledge in. Heps already airborne, and oh, he's got a great recovery to it. But it's left in front. Jujui. It hit the net, but it was Lev who was holding tight into the back wall. Lev's so loud. Oh, I bet he is. I know Lev's definitely known to be loud. I'm sure he's pretty happy with how this game's going, though. A 2-goal lead, maybe not. You know, it's not a 5-goal lead like last game, but it still feels just as confident as Ian. Oh yes. Oh my. Let's go, Ian. Oh, that's just great. That's amazing. Beautiful from Ian. Ian's just popping off. And, oh, look at this, a double fake. Constellation. That is one of the kickoffs they did draw up was the double fake. I remember especially seeing that and thinking, what a strange looking kickoff. And, well, it doesn't work here, but they're up by 3. They don't exactly need to score. Although Heps will try. And he's got some open room here. Art's gonna block it, but no one there to challenge as Lev. Heps, they're trying to keep it alive, but it will stay on the floor. This is game 2 for Constellation. We're only one away from sweeping this series. And it is the name change that fixed everything. Oh, it's the name change that fixed it. That ends game 2. We got one more game to go. Or we can advance to the next round of action. So we'll wait a little bit on these players to jump back in for game 3, but Constellation, really a good start here. This is the kind of start I want to see. This is a legit team they should be beating, but definitely making sure they're not just beating them, they're making it look good too. 2 straight games where they've been the far better team. Definitely did better than their day 1 performance. At day 1, they did not look amazing. They didn't need to win their matches in uppers. Now in day 2, they just need to play the way that they want to, as you're again only 1 game away from taking the series in a sweep and playing against the winner of Pirates, not Pirates, on the other side here, of Polar Knights, and I don't know, just put anything. We'll wait a little bit. Polar Knights likely our next matchup, though. I hope that they're our next matchup, actually, considering that that's Nightja, who's Lev's former teammate for RLCS. But we'll wait. Still 1 more game to go. Constellation just needs to be consistent 1 more time. And then they can have a little break in between these matchups as Mark does get by Ian. Heps, ooh, gotta be a bit careful there. Kalichin could have actually beat him on that challenge. But, oh, look at this control. Won't be able to get the flick on Arc, but definitely appreciate that. The new focus on being able to always find each other here. And I like it. Constellation, last time around, focused a lot on heavy clears, getting in the offense with solo efforts and 1 player first, and how you can tell, it's not about 1 player, it's about that player ahead of you, that player beside you. They're really focusing on that, although that's just not going to be there. Miscommunication. Constellation has not gotten out of defense just yet. It will be a very easy touch for Ian. Gets around Jujui. Hepskid. Second. Lever's right behind him, but he's going to look for Ian. That shot, oh, he's hit the post. Ian had a great chance there. But ever since game 1, his shooting accuracy has not been good. Be happy that this is not a team that has punished them more on those mistakes. But I definitely don't want to say anything early here. LeJit Esports made things tough at the start of game 2. And they could absolutely do it again here at the start of game 3 as Ian Chase down Jujui. The pinch midfield! Almost worked through. Lev got demoed. Or he could really get the shot going. Now Jujui. Heps. Gonna do anything he can to get rid of these guys. As now Lev trying for the flick, but it won't work. Ian's gotta go back as it's 2v1. Ark can't get it. Kalichin will. And Lev just didn't waste enough time. Or Ian, I should say, didn't waste enough time on this challenge. He had support, but he needed to lose at 50-50, not win it. Irony is that because he won that 50, it actually is a goal. If he loses that challenge, it's going to be saved away. So Constellation now dropping for the first time today. As Hepskid looking for that spots that Constellation's always wanted for themselves. As Ian now, she had a great look at it. Hepskid again. Rotation, we're not really falling into place right now for Team Constellation as Demos falling into place for Jujui. But LeJit Esports not on the same page as Hepskid. And those passes not connecting. Constellation starting to rush things a little bit. They have time. It's definitely going to go by faster than they want it to, but they have time. See them not panic. They're only down by 1. This is a very easy place to come back from. One that they've done before. Teps off the sidewall. Still trying to chase this one down is Kalichin. Oh, he's missed it! Oh, Ian needed to shoot that a little bit more early. Lack of urgency as here goes Lev. He's got it! Oh, he's hit the post! It's wide open for Ian! And Constellation on the backs of Lev. That's why this guy's the team captain. Because he can make things happen out of thin air. Some may call him the magician. Maybe that's what I should be calling him. But it's a great play there. Again, that's why players like Lev are so instrumental. That's why he was so instrumental back on Team Cold, teaming up with Nightja. But he's still so instrumental now. As here goes Ian! How did he flip that up? Oh my! 2 goals straight, and Constellation are burning with fuel. Ian with the second touch, and what really impresses me there is how he gets it up so high. Putting on target in that position is already tough enough, considering that he's falling to the ground while making that touch. But to see him also find a way to hit it above the defenders, great creativity, and again, it's Ian who oftentimes plays that defensive positioning when he can get space on offense. Well, it depends, but if he gets space, he either finds ways to score or he misses open nets. That seems to be the case for Ian, is that he either scores or he misses the wide open chance. Constellation gotta get back here! Oh my! It's Jujui! And as soon as I saw all 3 of them push up to those 50s, there's miscommunication between Lev and Heps. That's just bad timing for that. And they knew immediately that double commit was not going to help them. They've been really pushing up for offense. Those overcommits are costing them goals. Dude, Esports, they'll take every goal they get, but so far today they've been just waiting for those overcommits. Constellation not giving it to them as a touch for Hepskid. Needed more power on it. He still has this one. Is going to take it to ground on Ark. Bashed his nose against that wall. Had a challenge Jujui. Now Kalichin's been bumped. Lev trying to get the bump on Ark, but he couldn't get up high enough. Now it's Ian. Hepskid. Still Hepskid. Leaving it. It's a fake for Ian. And it's bounced its way through. Deflected off of a LeJit Esports defender. But it's Constellation. Once again, Hepskid faking out the defenders. Sweep that we want. It's a sweep that we could get if we just hold this lead for 49 more seconds. Kalichin trying to go for his own fake play, but one read by Heps in his first challenge. Now he's boxing out Ark. Lev waiting. He'll get around this one. Heps just gonna keep it away. It's the keep away game here for Constellation as Hepskid. Healing touch. Ian! Bang! From point blank range. All goals lead to Ian. And it's not that just that Ian's shooting well. It's these passes that are making his life so easy for himself. Levin Hepskid had made Ian work very little for these goals. Exactly what you want your teammates to do here is now you look for Hepskid. Constellation just needs to waste a little bit more time. Lev flicked away. Flip reset. Steal Lev gets the bump as well. Heps will throw it on. And for good measure, will secure game 3 with 7 seconds to go. And once Constellation turns on the Jets, they do not shut off. Another multi-goal win here. It was 7-2, 5-2, and it looks like it's going to be 5-2 again. So a goal difference of 17-6, if I'm counting correctly. What a game. What a series. Constellation off to an immaculate start. The only issue they had was those overcommits, but against LeJit Esports, they couldn't find enough of them. Constellation with a 3-0 sweep to start the day off. Their upper bracket run starting off perfectly for themselves. Oh, to start the day, and it is confirmed our next match will be against the Polar Knights, so no surprises. That is, again, it's going to be friends in Somber, Taquito, and Sleeper, so very fun to see them, but a 3-0 sweep. Good job on Constellation. That's exactly what we needed out of them. As we'll get things soon enough. I gotta make sure up for match against the Polar Knights, but a 3-0 sweep. They also had a 3-0 sweep on their side too, so proving that both these teams have it. Again, Polar Knights playing the way they need to. I should say, not that they need to. The way we expect out of them, but it's Constellation who can bring the battle to them. As again, it's like Polar and Nex. Polar actually British. Nex, I believe, is German, so kind of fun. It'll be very fun here to see the Polar Knights now in our match in Winners 2. We'll get this match sorted out, but most of the other matches have been confirmed. Pirates and Almost Nuts with their wins by sweeps. Almost Nuts actually been quite an incredible run for that they are with Kevin, Brock, and Buster. Worstelstand beat Pineapple. Matic beat Stummy Whoops a Pub with the sweep over Paso Mami. So, and right now we got Progression and Mexicalica. Those are two very decent bubble teams. Obviously, Mexicalica known to be one of the best, probably the best Mexican-based roster. As Progression's Drip, Mad Max, and Muff. Look who's on it next. Coquita and Prezis, JJ Prezis. Yeah, we got Polar Knights up next. This is for upper round 2. We win this match, we guarantee a spot in the top 32 for tomorrow. So, things are looking good here for Constellation. But for all of you LeJit Esports fans, I know, not fun, but you guys get to play in lowers. You just now need to win 5 matches straight to make it to the top 32. Anyways, there you go. Prediction poll up for our next match. And I did get everything sorted out here for upper round 2. Again, Polar Knights are our next match. With Nightja, Polar, and Nex. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll have our second match of the day, another best of 5. First chance to make it to top 32 guaranteed. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, everybody. How you doing? Hopefully you're all doing well. We're in upper round 2 once again, so in our next match against the Polar Knights, we'll wait on them, but readied up, so we will be joining in just about a minute or so. Again, Polar Knights, if you don't know, is Nightja, Polar, and Nex. Nightja having been Lev's teammate back on Team Cold when they were able to make their top 16 run in RLCS. Obviously, my hope is that we can continue that kind of success and make it the top 32. Although again, Nightja a very good player. This guy, I always consider him to be like that. I always consider him a player that's right around that top 16 level. He's definitely a player who can make it, and that's what is interesting about him. But what's also interesting about this is that I know the casters for this one. I know Somber and I know Taquito very well, and they're both. I know they're both part of the streamers for this team. There we go, I'll say hello to them. But we'll get into our match, our best of 5 here. Constellation on the blue for once. They're actually not the favorites in this match by seeding, but Polar Knights on the orange, and this is going to be our toughest match so far. Lev, I know he wants to beat his past teammate in Nightja. I know he really wants to beat him. And I've seen them play together a lot. These guys are good friends. They play together a ton. I am always interested in seeing how they do against each other, because usually when they play together, they're very much a freestyle-based side. They love to do whatever they want in the air, and oftentimes they're teamed up with Pigeon, who is known for that. So wouldn't come as too much of a shock to me to see something very different. Although Lev, he plays that style all the time, so expect to see a good amount of that here as he plays against Nightja. Constellation. See how things go here as Hepskid. Nightja gonna clear this one back as Ian in the midfield. It's a great first touch from Ian. Trying to drop it down. I think Lev was his option there, but never committed, and Constellation's not gonna keep the ball for long here. Very midfield oriented right now, and that's no surprise considering that the Polar Knights are a team of very possession-based players. Nightja definitely is. So I know for Constellation, the big thing for them to do here is to make sure that Polar Knights don't hold on to this ball for a long period of time, because when they do, that's where they're going to be scariest. Constellation, they actually might want to start utilizing that speed that they have against teams like Polar Knights. They're not actually exactly going to outpace sides, but might be able to catch them off guard as Nex will take the first goal. And that was the issue for Constellation. You let Polar Knights have possession. This team is so good at keeping it. That's the worry I have with the Polar Knights. This is a team of really good team chemistry, a team of really good base possession. So it's going to be a very tough roster for Constellation to be able to beat here, but have the capabilities. I know they mentioned beforehand that they were expecting themselves to play against Polar Knights. They prepared for this match specifically. But they're not starting well. That's going to be an overcommit goal for Polar. And Constellation back to those overcommits again, and oh my goodness, Hepskid's inside the 18-yard box. There's no chance he's going to get that challenge. And for Constellation, I like this confidence. They've mentioned that they're always confident. I do worry, because that was the issue. That was the one issue they had against LeJit Esports last series. It is the issue they have here against the Polar Knights. Considering this Polar Knights team, it has really good base possession. You don't want to give them goals on stuff where they don't even need to, be forced to play a possession-based game. Exactly where you want those goals to come from if you're Constellation. You want to have Polar Knights work for it here. And you're going to need to work for it yourself, as that's a great save. And again, Lev having to force his way back this time, though. Overcommit there for the Polar Knights to take advantage of. As Heps beat by Nex, it will be Polar now, as Lev's going to play the waiting game. Ian will cut across to help him out. Constellation just keeping things close for now, but gotta be able to find ways to storm ahead here, because it may be close, but close isn't going to win it for them here. Polar Knights have a 2-goal lead. Constellation is going to need more than just one goal, as Nex, Lev, Nightja clear away, as Ian's going to be waiting on this one. Constellation again, it just feels like they need to find that kind of burst of energy to get them those goals. One goal could be it for them. Although they've overcommitted again here. At one, I can't blame on Hepskid, considering that Lev is right in front of it. Yeah, he was right there. I don't know why did Lev not... I wonder if Lev didn't know if Nex was challenging that or not. But I do worry for Constellation on those overcuts, because that's now 2 goals overcommits that could have been prevented. I want to see that sense of urgency from Constellation. They don't have it right now. Had it a lot in that first open, but the problem was that they went down early a lot, so they couldn't exactly test their luck multiple times. Now against Polar Knights, they don't seem to have that urgency at all, and the worry for me that they are relying on everybody being upfield to get goals. At this point now, they have to go for it, though, and considering how little time's remaining. It is definitely a worry to see the Polar Knights up this early with this many goals. Constellation, I'm sure. Larson's going to be talking with this team now. This is a match that they're not expected to win. This is their first time Constellation's come into a series as the underdogs. Alright, not just going to hit this one. It is saved by Ian, though. Lev's going to keep it out. And up goes Hepskid. Oh, not get that clear. Hepskid whiffed it. Did he... I don't know what he was thinking there. Oh boy, Hepskid. That's going to be inexcusable. Polar Knights, 4-0 in the lead. That's all chances. You're trying to redeem the 1v1. We aren't going to be able to do that today, chances, for obvious reasons, but we could do it some other time. You'll have to remind me of it, though. Future streams that are a little bit more casual than this. This one has a set schedule, so I can't exactly easily time when matches are going to happen and when they aren't, so... we might have to do it on a different day. If that's okay with you, chances. I appreciate you redeeming it anyway, so we'll find time, though. That should surely end game one, though, that fourth goal out of the Polar Knights. Constellation definitely forced into making those mistakes. But, again, I want to see a sense of urgency from this team. Less on the slow control, maybe a little bit more on fast breaks like that! That's what I need to see! I don't know if they're listening to me or not, but I need to see that kind of pacing. Constellation, I need to see them play faster. Really get into the face of the Polar Knights. Just feels like they're slowing things down. Even the Polar Knights aren't exactly playing that fast themselves. Constellation is a team that can play with speed. They can definitely play with pace. See that from them. I don't know if that's exactly their game plan, but definitely it's just to change things up here. But my biggest concern is those overcommits, considering that issue last series against LeJit Esports. It's an issue again here to the Polar Knights. If those overcommits don't go in, this would be a tie game, actually, as Ian takes a second goal. Those overcommits are the reason the Polar Knights are leading by 2 goals here. As why is that's Wesco Cinco. What is his? I'd have to get rid of Discord when this game ends, just so that those pings don't show up. I don't know what Wesco Cinco is doing on my screen. Polar Knights, though, will take game 1. And Constellation, not only did it feel like a lethargic offense in game 1. We'll see how things go, but there we go. I got rid of Discord so that Wesco Cinco's ping doesn't show up again. We'll go to game 2 here. I know Lev immediately left, so he's going to go for a card change, I'm certain. And my hope, obviously, is that... I don't know that Larson's talking to them. I'm sure that one of the things he's going to mention about this game that they didn't do so well is that they overcommitted too much. The one issue they had against LeJit, it's the most major issue they had here, along with their offense just not picking up pace until the very end when they got those goals. Like they didn't have steam, and this is a team, I think in Constellation, I'm noticing this event, that they need steam. They need goals to get goals. I know, which sounds weird, but they're going to need to either score really early, or they're going to need to be able to play with that kind of wants for goals a little bit more. Because the way they were playing was a bit slower than I think they were exactly wanting here. We'll see how they do. Game 2, still a lot of time. I also didn't get a response from Somber, so I don't think he's paying attention. He may not have chat on. But we got a game 2 here. Constellation. Looking for that response. As Lev. X. The free clear here, but the Polar Knights giving it away here. Ian straight to Polar, though. That is not a person I want to give that ball away to here, as Ian now will try again, and this time he's found Hepskid. No shot on that. He can't hit the net with 2 players defending it. They go all the way back as Lev playing the defensive, and a bounce shot like that's not going to beat him. As Ian now Big by Polar. He's got around Lev as well, but smart challenge from Lev. Give it up to Hepskid. Let him take this ball away and challenge a little bit further down the line. That demo is not helpful, as now Lev's going to bump out Polar. Another clear from the Polar Knights there. Just booting this ball to that blue half. 50-50s, which they did have a lot of wins last game around us. Oh boy, Lev, he's already overcommitted here. It's not even really an overcommit, he's just in the wrong position. Everybody hugging that left wall, or right wall, really. It's another overcommit, it's another goal like that which can't go in. Yeah, Lev just facing the wall there. He's got to face a little bit more neutrally, considering his last one back. Okay, why is the ping from Discord still showing up? My Discord hates me at this point. I need to shut down pings from Discord, don't I? As Nightja's gonna clear this! 2 goals. Let me go and put my Discord on streamer mode. I usually don't, because it usually doesn't have issues. Clearly, it doesn't like me today. There we go, streamer mode's enabled. Hopefully we have no more pings. I don't know why they're showing up. It's a 2-goal deficit here. Constellation, we really need to get ourselves moving here. We need goals. That could have been it. Lev almost hit his targets, and now it's Hepskid again, and that chance for Lev was it. That's what we need out of us. Again, I need to see that sense of urgency out of Constellation. That willingness to really battle for those goals. Although, I think the risk of doing that is obviously overcommitting. Obviously, that is a more major issue for us than the offense has been. Well, considering we haven't scored yet and we're already 2 minutes in, not a good start here for us in Game 2 as Hepskid flip reset. Lev off the sidewall. Second touch. He's a perfect lead for Ian. Nitja's gonna block. Hepskid. Oh, Nex got in the way there. Bonus, there's so much boost. They can challenge just about anything right now. Polar with a lot of room. Give this as Nitja. Now to Polar. Lev. Oh my goodness, what a pinch. And Lev is sending that down the field. And in fact, he's actually gotten the challenge against Nitja to go in a favorable position, but get pushed up too high. And Game 2. Still no goals in the Constellation. We can't rely on scoring late again. We're down by 2, but I mean, a 3rd goal is going to come in anyways. Here goes Nex, and man, for Constellation, once again, they can't seem to get things started. They have a lot of things going their way, but they cannot seem to score. And again, it's a team that needs a goal to start to get goals, which is not the kind of position you want to put yourself in. This is a team that they absolutely can beat if they are able to get their offense going, but clearly they haven't. Because they only scored 2 goals. They scored 2 goals last game, sure, but scored in the very last seconds. At that point where it was too late to make any sort of comeback. Now this game, they have to score 1, but they're only getting 1 or 2 chances at a time. They're going to need more, especially with the Polar Knights, how much boost they have. Constellation's never been a demo-heavy team. I don't think they're going to start doing that here. And so, considering that they're not going to go for demos, the next way to really beat Polar Knights then is to throw multiple shots at them. Force this team to take multiple chances on defense, and that's where the goals come from. But, considering, again, that they've not had more than 1 or 2 shots at a time. They're seriously at a disadvantage right now as they're from Lev, just trying to find some offense here, but Night's just going to take it away. Here goes Ian. He's going to be sent to the wall. He's bumped into Hepskid too. Lev, very awkward first touch, goes way too far away from his bumpers. Hepskid, Ian needs to rush into this. Lev now, one-on-one with Nightja, the flick! Oh, it's gone through, but it has not gone in. He didn't put the power on it. I don't think that was his intention to go under Nightja. With less than 60 seconds. Once again, relying on scoring exceptionally late. Ian was, I think, looking for Hepskid, but instead he's found nothing. And Constellation is not challenging Nex right now. Time milking off that clock. Again, Constellation can seem to buy themselves any goals. Nightja couldn't score, but it's Ian now. Polar to Nex. Cut away by Ian as that bounce is going to favor him too. NiGHTS can't challenge, but Polar will. And Constellation beating the issue right now. They just can't score. There's that sense of urgency. It's there. But even then, they can't get stringed together multiple shooting chances. And if they can't throw multiple shots on that net, if they can't seem to shoot, they're not beating teams like the Polar Knights. But as time winds down, that ends game 2. Polar Knights with a shutout here. Constellation couldn't even score this game. Once again, it's that same offense that hurt them in game 1. This time I had more of the speed that I was looking for. But even then, they had more shots. They had 12 shots this game, but none of them seemed to be able to string together. And my worry does come into them being able to string multiple shots on offense. They're keeping control well. They're finding each other. But before they can get second shots, Polar Knights just clear it away. Real task is going to be getting multiple shots on that at once. Play patiently and wait and see what happens, but a concern that we have not seen that too many opportunities work out in our favor. Now things turn around here for Constellation, but at this point now they gotta make a reverse sweep. This was gonna be a tough match no matter which way you looked at it. Constellation, their offense, it's not that they're missing shots, that's for sure. They aren't missing their chances. They just aren't getting enough of them to be quality enough. They have enough shots, they're gonna need more quality on those chances, and they're gonna need to force Polar Knights to commit more. The way they do it, I don't know exactly. Maybe it comes down to demos. Whatever it is, they gotta find better shots rather than just more shots. And it's here in Game 3 where they gotta start doing that. Considering that lose here, they get sent to lowers. And if they do get sent to lowers at this point, they gotta win 2 matches straight. Not an easy sight for Constellation. Considering they've already gotten scored on once, it's not a good start for Constellation either. 15 seconds, though. Not a lot of time to be taken off that clock for that first Polar Knights goal, but things can change a little bit here. As lots of demos here out of Polar Knights. They've honestly been the more demo-heavy team than Constellation has been, and Polar Knights doesn't even really need to rely on those demos. Ian again. Hepskid! Oh, he's hit the bar. That could have been it. Really could have been it. Lev. Next. Cut away by, or I should say cut out really by Ian. Constellation at control, still eluding them as it's a great bump from Ian. 3v1 here, and nobody on Constellation knows who wants to take it. They'll spread out. Lev with room. He's got a challenge in front of him with NiGHTS, and now with Polar. He takes them both on. I'd like to see him more direct on the net there. Leave it in front. Instead, it's behind. It's really behind where he can shoot, and Polar Knights are happy to see that as they're hitting the bar now. And Constellation, they're getting very fortunate that doesn't go in as Ian will clear it away. Hepskid. Nice challenge, NiGHTS. But that challenge needs to be in. Lev. Touch happened as Ian doesn't even get the second touch. Hepskid was relying on him to get that there, so very nearly could have been a breakaway chance for the Polar Knights. But it's going to be more possession out of them. Keep this airborne. Ian. Off the sidewall. Next is going to clear it away. Polar. The redirect. It's Lev with the block. Hepskid, who will take it. And a 1-goal difference still. Constellation! That's going to fall in! Oh, Heps missed it! It was wide open! Oh, Hepskid! You don't get many better chances than that. Oh my goodness, Ian. Everything he could to put that in front of the net. Won the 50-50 and won it dominantly too. You don't ask for much. You can't ask for much more of Ian in that position. Hepskid, that was it. Constellation. That was the goal that they needed. But it doesn't go. It won't go in. Still losing by 1. And down the entirety of the series so far. Can they find some momentum for themselves? Epskid, unable to challenge. This is a free shot for NiGHTS. Cleared out, and Polar actually caught on a quick transition from Lev. Ian right there behind him. I don't like that positioning from Ian. It's a bit too close to Lev to consistently win those challenges. But he does get the shot here. That's wide. Lev pushes it, forcing it through. It's a tie game at last. Perhaps was haunted by his open net miss, but Lev's gonna make sure this goes in, so the missed chance for Hepskid. He doesn't have to think about it too much here. It's Constellation trying to keep themselves in this series. Itcha again. Get on the block. Demos. Lev's got to get there. Just about does. Oh, boost here. Constellation cannot challenge these players very easily. This is a chance. Ian's got the save. NiGHTS with all this room, but it's Hepskid. Boost, the clear, and the sigh of relief. They're still playing defense, sure, but Knights now have to stay a lot further away, which is a benefit, considering just how many chances they had in front of that net. Ian now, everybody went for Constellation, but without NiGHTS being able to challenge, this is space, this is Ian, and it's Next with a save, bounce midfield. Next does get the demo on Lev. Actually, Lev read that play immediately too, because him and NiGHTS have done that a lot as teammates in the past. It's the go-to demo and assist. Ian's gonna leave this. Hepskid. First touch from Lev. Good second touch too. Kid can stay in the play here as he's gonna get the flick around next. Now the dunk on NiGHTS. Ian! Polar wasn't ready! And Ian jumped onto it! They may have never started a game in the lead, but they can definitely end this one as such. Polar, oh, he slid into that one, meaning he didn't have any momentum to jump for it. And it's a lead for Constellation. 36 seconds, a little over half a minute to go. And it's the start of the reverse sweep. Ian. Click over next. Polar. Great play from Polar, but Polar Knight's gotta send everybody upfield now. Ian's whiffed it! Hepskid! Oh my goodness. Ian's gonna be giving him a pat on the back afterwards. That just saved them the game, as Ian's gonna reset this one away. Next actually gets that challenge. It's a whiff for Hepskid. And Lev's back alone. Ian can't challenge, but Lev will. That ends game 3. And that's the start of the reverse sweep as you know it. 2-1 Constellation with a late comeback. This time though, their defense playing a lot better. Only 1 goal given up from an overcommit. But again, that offense still took time to get ready, but if they aren't giving up that many goals, they can rely on coming back late, but I want to see them get goals earlier. Game 4 now is all about being able to ascend from that and get goals earlier rather than later. So Game 4 ahead of us in this best of 5 series, and see how much time the Polar Knights take in between games. My hope is we'll see an earlier start here of Constellations. Or here we go. 1 game free by a goal. Game 4, and now all about the good start for Constellation. Can you start off in the lead? I've done it before against other teams, and I've been able to win from that. Here's where they can do it, now that Polar Knights are knocked down for a peg. Got Polar Knights on the... they've definitely got Polar Knights on the back ropes now. A little bit more, considering how last game ended. It's momentum here, and it's definitely the momentum that Constellation was needing in a series like this. As Lev, flip reset. Ian. Oh, it's a great catch for Ian. Back wall's in sight, but Next is there as well. Still get the pinch over Lev. He's still got another touch on this. Another flip. But Constellation playing pretty calm so far, although Ian actually not that calm. He fell off the back wall. I won't ask what he's doing, but it's working. Next was very confused. Ian bounced off the sidewall to get the 50-50. It's very unusual, to say the very least. But hey, all I care about is that it works. I don't really want to be on defense too much here. Constellation. Polar Knights have great possession here as Lev on the 50. Polar doesn't reach this! Ian can score here! He does! And I saw it too! The crossbar! Not a big fan of Polar, I can tell, because he could not latch on. Floating in front like a leaf in the wind, but it's gonna be the dagger from Ian, the strike of lightning into the orange goal, and Constellation, the first time in this series, take that first goal of the game. It's not going to be a goal that they can hold long, unless their defense can say something about it. Hapskid. Flick. Lev's already in the air. Lev, double! Oh, what a block for Nitya. Oh, what a save. That is an absolute denial. I have to stand up and applaud for that. That is an incredible read. And he was dead to rights there. It wasn't even him who got beat on that challenge. Yeah, it was his responsibility. He makes it work. Constellation. And are not up by 2. I am surprised they're not up by 2. That save from Nitya has done it all for them here. Wow, just look at the confidence out of Constellation. They're controlling the offense now. But those overcommits could still be an issue for them. Nitya will hold on to this. Hapskid left for Ian, and he's got Lev behind him with a full tank of boost. Ian's gonna call this though! Oh, he's hit the bar! Lev, flip resets, leaves it for Hapskid, and that's gonna bounce in! Halfway through game 4, I thought Ian was gonna score off the ceiling shot. But it's a full team effort again, and that's where these great shots are coming from. He lets it bounce through. The Polar Knights weren't ready, they jumped up, but they had nothing to grasp onto. And Constellation now up by 2. Ian gonna make it free. He nearly got a piece of Polar on that challenge. As Lev. Only as far as Hapskid though. And Hapskid's got room. Polar beats. Hapskid gets around. Lev with 3. The third for Constellation, his first of the game. And Hapskid dipsy doodling right under Polar and to the right of Nex. There's the mechanics of the Constellation. You don't see that happen often for them. But they're resorting back to that solo play style. And I'm impressed. They are beating the Polar Knights right now. Hapskid again. Polar. Lev. Off the ceiling. It's a very strange bounce. It's gonna be a bounce that Polar Knights will be able to read. These guys can't do this as Nex. He's not scoring from there, and nobody in Constellation's even gonna jump to stop him. Anyway, he's not scoring from that position. It's just too difficult. It's too far away. For the Polar Knights, that 2-0 series lead now disappearing in front of their very own eyes as Constellation making the mark known, the comeback that they wanted. They're in full confidence now, and not even the Polar Knights can seem to slow them down. Lev. Polar. Oh, Haps is not even close. Nex is gonna shoot this. It's gonna go in from Polar. Hapskid's had a tough time reading some of these bounces. He's not even, I don't know what happened there. He undershot that by a mile. And he's given Polar Knights a reason to stay in this game, which is a reason I don't want to have them give. All I need out of the Constellation side either is one more goal or incredibly good defense. They've had both this game. The goals, they've had good defense. Considering that Polar Knights have taken a lot of mistakes and capitalized on them. Really a lack of mistakes is all I need for the Constellation. This is about clean gameplay, clean control, and that's what you'll want to see. Hapskid taking the initiative as Ian. No double tap made. Lev already going back. He doesn't have boost, so that's why Hapskid's going to jump in to cut up the challenge. Now it is Lev's turn, and he'll win this one as Polar can't go for it. Ian off the corner. For Lev. Oh, it's Polar with the stop. 30 seconds though. And Constellation. I said it after game 2. They needed a reverse sweep. It's the start of the reverse sweep. Now looking to see if they can complete it. In game number 5, 20 seconds. Polar Knights. Oh, it feels like they're setting up for the chance of a lifetime here. As a shot on, Hepskid saves, 10 seconds and counting. And Constellation is just waiting. That time will tick out of the way. Constellation will take game 4. It's game 5. First time we've seen game 5 from Constellation since their round 1 match in day 3 against Strictly Business last event. Now it is game 5 and a chance for a reverse sweep too. Constellation do it. We have not seen a reverse sweep yet for any of our RLCS matches this season. We're bound to get one soon enough. They happen pretty often in RLCS. We'll wait. For these players joining back in, I can tell Polar Knights really taking their time now. They're the ones on the back foot. They're on the back foot at the start of this game. They're on the back foot now going into this last game of the series. Reminder, the winner of this game will guarantee a spot in the top 32 tomorrow. So for Constellation, momentum's on their side, the goals are on their side, the defense is looking incredible. This is game 5, this is where they want to be, considering how the series started. It was a poor start for them. But they've been outmatched early on, they will not be outmatched at the end of the series. Game 5, surely the Polar Knights have learned a little bit though, and this is going to be a very close series, a very close end of the series as well. As it is Constellation's job to keep the momentum. Can they score early again? Defense has done pretty well so far. It's mostly been simple whiffs and mistakes now late on that have really cost them. Now in game 5, what can they do to get themselves up early again? Well, it's going to be Lev trying to get things started. Does force Nex out of the way, but not able to do much when it came to position of the other defender. I think it was Nightja in that rotation. Might have been Polar. All they care about is getting goals. Oh, Lev just delayed a little too long there, but he's still got the shot from Ian. Oh, if Nexus didn't have boost, that would have been in. But he's taking that long rotation. As Polar, he's got Nightja behind him. Oh, that's gonna bounce in off of Ian. How close they were getting. Surprised Lev didn't challenge earlier. I can understand why, considering he's not gonna win that challenge. But it's not the start we were looking for. Again, early into this game, Polar Knights score. A flip reset that just unfortunately caroms off of Ian. Ooh, it's a lot of time left here, but need Constellation to find that first goal. Get that momentum flowing. If they can find that momentum, they have been unbeatable. When they can just get a goal early. Gonna be Ian. Left for Heps. He's got option in Heps. Actually, it was Ian in the midfield, but he's already back on defense. As Nightja, he's mishandled this one. But no shot will come of it. And Polar with no boost. He actually might even score on this chance because Constellation, for whatever reason, had everybody on the same side of the field again, which is no position that they should be in. Polar, he's gonna have open room. Tep's kid to block. Now to clear. Lev. Oh, he doesn't have this one. Unable to keep the read. We'll go again. No shot. And no one challenging. Oh my, that is extremely risky. Voice there from Lev not to challenge up the back wall. But Ian there to help him out, and that's going to be who makes the save. My goodness, Constellation. Don't exactly like this passivity that we're seeing out of them, because it is going to cause a lot of issues when the Polar Knights are taking these kind of chances. Low boost now. Ian getting the dunk, getting anything to play that defensive role. Clear away, it's still Nightja on it. Someone's gotta go here. Lev will do just that. Now it's Polar. Ian. They've got bumped, so he's not gonna be able to get on this rotation. Not like it matters though. Nightja is gonna reset to Nex. And At this point, Polar Knights, they're just playing for time. They don't need to score anymore. Almost as if they are kind of content with not scoring. They're content with asking Constellation, can you score? They don't believe in us. Prove them wrong here. Lev. It'll be Ian's first touch. Heps Kid again. Away by next is Ian. It's a terrible dunk for Nightja. Still saved. Now that could go in. It will. That was a terrible time for Ian to panic flip into that. He had Nightja, who was a mile away from him. And again, it's Constellation who are panicking under this pressure. They still have time. They had time. They're giving it away, though. Again, they've returned to that passive playstyle, which was what they played in those first two games that did not work for them. You can't play passively against these teams, no matter how many goals you're down in a game. Constellation, I don't know what's making them wait so much on these challenges. They're giving way too much respect to these Polar Knights attackers. Can't rely on doing that. These teams are too good to let them shoot. But Constellation, I need to see how that passivity go away. They need to score, more importantly. But without willing to play the, challenges in that midfield, they're never going to get offense, and consistent offense too. As Ian, there's a challenge, and here's Epskid, and that's the challenges we need. Unfortunately, it's inside the final minute here, and they really don't have time to waste. Shots just aren't good enough. Too far away from the nets here as Hepskid. Nightja, he's not gonna miss there. Ian, stopped by Polar, and it's a double commit. Lev's gonna just save his team from having another goal against them here. Does concede defense. As Ian, we need something late here. A miracle, perhaps. Someone's gonna take the lead. It's not gonna be Ian as he shoots it straight into Nightja. And that passivity there from Hepskid. Straight to Polar. Ian can't get there in time. And the reverse sweep's not gonna happen today. And for Constellation, once again, falling back into that exceptionally passive playstyle we saw them play earlier in this series. They fell back to their old habits. It is going to cost them upper bracket spot. And as soon as they gave up that first goal, they shut down. Polar Knights taking advantage of Constellation's weakness in their mentality. They had momentum. I don't know what happened to them in Game 5, but I don't know if it was the pressure that got the better of them, but they completely shut down after that first goal. Too passive. In a series where they were winning by playing the exact opposite of passivity. That's a huge blow to that momentum here, because that could have been a reverse sweep. That could have been it. I need to see less passivity from Constellation. Fortunately for them, that's now a lower bracket that they have to go to. So the run is now one where they gotta win 2 more matches in lower. We'll see, as I'm gonna make sure we get the actual bracket. We are in, what is it, lower round? We're in lower round 5. Not very disappointed there with that, because they had what it. I'm very surprised that they didn't continue to play that aggressive style when it was working for them. But we go to lowers. Who are we playing against? We are playing. Okay, we're gonna be playing against either Stomach, Authenticity, Pineapple, or Low Taper team. Yeah, we're waiting quite a long time for that series. No upper round 3 here. We definitely had the chance to make it there, but we are gonna have to wait a little bit. Lower round 5, and then it's lower round 6. There we go. Unfortunate. exactly the best. Not, I mean, we played well as well in that series. Like, I gotta give credit. We played well. Just couldn't bring the aggression. But we do what we can. Now, actually, I guess the one silver lining about this, because we have time, chances, if you want that 1v1, I could do it with you right now. I guess I have time now for it, considering that we just lost. But that sucks for us, because if we had won, we would have been playing against Pirates on a boat, which is, and we would have guaranteed top 52. But it's never that easy for us, is it? It's never been that easy. We on the lower bracket last event. I don't think Chance is here anymore. I think he so we'll do that with him on another day. But we'll wait a little bit longer. Unfortunate, that's the true facts of the matter. But we just have to work with it. Gotta lower his lower round 4. Wait, I will see. Let's see who we did play against in this bracket. We're expected to play against Pineapple. Woozy, Indigo, Dizzy. Okay, a team we should definitely be beating, but after that, who would be playing against likely? Almost Nuts. That's gonna be an interesting match. Almost Nuts is actually not that bad. Should be beating them no matter what happens. We'll see. I think we beat Kevin last time around, actually. Although he wasn't on the Almost Nuts org, so things are a little different here. But for now, we're gonna wait a little bit, see what happens. We'll wait a little bit. We're probably gonna go to a break. It's gonna be a pretty long one too, considering that we have a long amount of time before all of our matches get updated. Go to a break. We will have to wait a little bit. Our next match should be, I would expect in like 30 minutes. It's probably going to be longer than that. It's probably going to be a little after 9 p.m. Oh, in about like maybe 45 minutes. I'll give you guys updates as things go along here, but we go to the lower bracket. We will see you guys soon whenever things get updated. I'm going to set the timer to say 35 minutes until the end of the hour. We should have things confirmed by then. I'll pipe in a couple times, but yeah, sorry about this. We're gonna have to wait a while. And if you guys have anything you want to say, let me know. I am here. We're gonna go to a break. I'll give you guys updates soon enough when we get updates coming your way. But we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we'll we'll have updates for you guys around the league. So I'm gonna set the timer to shorter, like maybe 15 minutes for now, because by that time we should be able to have an update on how the lower bracket's looking. For now, we're gonna go to a break. We'll be back soon with some updates around the bracket as we wait for our lower bracket matchup. Oh wow, thank you for the raid there, voice guy. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got RLCS action right now. We are currently on a break. Team Constellation is in lowers right now, so we're waiting a little bit. 2 minutes, and I can give you guys some updates on the bracket that we're in. Now we gotta wait until some matches clean up, and then I can give you guys some updates. Yeah, thank you for the raid there, voice guy. To all of your followers, hope you guys are doing well. If you want to say anything, I'm SportyFC. I am here. Definitely meant to talk with me. I am totally open to with any of you guys. Thank you again for the raid there, voice guy. Hopefully your stream was fun. Well, you're streaming, my friend. Assuming, yeah, I'm going to assume it was Cross Progression League. But so much for the Indeed, it was CPL. All right then. Match was it? I really can't pay attention to matches in CPL right now. Can't really pay attention to the CPL match right now considering I have RL. We are waiting. We're in lowers, so we're waiting a little bit until our next match is confirmed. I know that they are currently scrimming right now, so busy tonight. Oh my goodness, you are busy. Appreciate it, of course. I appreciate you too. To all of you who are joining in, SportyFC again. If you want to say hi to me, you want to ask what's happening, let me know. Currently, we're waiting on updates, but this is we are Team Constellation, team of Lev, Heps Kid, and Ian. Update one thing as well, but I was supposed to update the bracket. Done that yet? Let me update that right now. Need to get in touch with you sometime. Hey, Tempest, if you want to talk, if you want to get in touch with me, do it on Discord at SportyFC. I'm right here, but definitely message me. Again, give us a little bit of time here. But yeah. Yeah, definitely message me on Discord, SportyFC. I'm always open to opportunities. Streaming opportunities, I'm always open to that. While we're doing that, I'm also gonna make sure I get the command, and I forgot to update that today. One thing I was supposed to update today. There you go, that should fix it. There we go. Just trying to get a hold of you about your Carbol insurance. I thought I was too young for Carbol insurance. I'm an adult now. I can't that joke anymore. But look, it's not me who's driving. It's the team. All right. I don't have any say in that. Should probably be asking Lev and Penguin about that. Shout out to our manager and Penguin. Great guy. I never give him enough praise because he's never on the actual roster. But he's a great person. Definitely been helping us out behind the scenes more than I think you guys would even realize. He's been an amazing person. He's also the person actually even notified me about the stream being open. I'm happy I was able to stream it. Because these RLCS ones have been interesting, albeit a little bit annoying at times, but they've been interesting. Stressful and annoying at times. But this Constellation team's amazing. They're always fun to watch. Again, we're only 2 matches away from being top 32, so a lot of open spots for us. Now all we're doing is I'm just checking up to see how matches are doing in lowers. I'll give you guys updates. That's what the 2-minute timer is for. That's just to remind me that we have updates. It's up to tell you guys about. It's for me. But for now, yeah, we've had 2 matches already. Almost nearly the reverse sweep against Polar Knights. Just couldn't clean. Just weren't consistent enough on it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We just need to we just need to see how that bracket's shaping up. For now, though, the only update I can give is that Pineapple has actually won their match in a sweep against LeJit. Maybe Authenticity still haven't finished their match. But we're expected to play against Team Pineapple later. It is our predicted match, and that's the match we are almost certainly going to be playing. They're definitely the better team, the best team out of the 4. Yeah, then it might turn around on us. Who knows? Yeah, Pineapple and almost Nuts would be a team that is the team that we're also likely to see in the round afterwards. So really fun if we get to see all. Now though, again we are just waiting patiently. For that lower bracket to be fully updated on us. But there we go, timer's over. Alright, we will transition into the bracket here, just to give you guys a short update on what's happening here. As you can see, Pineapple swept the low taper team. Actually, who's even on? They aren't exactly the team I recognize with. Yeah, it's Gaines. It's Gaines' team. Okay, it's not bad. It's Nacho and Garcia. Ache and Authenticity are the team. Actually, that's going to be a pretty close match. That should be a longer series. Ache is Imminent, Bryant, and Tuve. Authenticity is K Frost, Corrosive. Pretty good teams. I've seen Alter before. Very good in threes. Who would be the favorite? Who actually is the favorite in this match? It's Authenticity. I would have said Authenticity, but it's a close one. That's gonna be a fun match to see. We're not watching it, but updates sure to come. Again, we're expected to play against Team Pineapple in our next lower match. That lower bracket momentum on Pineapple is gonna be pretty insane. They did lose in uppers to. Who did they lose to? They lost someone in the first round. They lost to Worstel. That was swept. We should be beating them. We'll see how it goes. Update for uppers as we Worstel stand actually just lost to Whoop-Tup-Pub 3-2. Whoop-Tup-Pub team that we have struggled against, that's for sure. So they're not going to be playing in lowers though. It's the benefit. We don't have to worry about playing them because they're already in top 32. Of course, again, we got to win 2 matches to get there. If we had just been able to beat Nightja and company, we would not have had to worry about all this. We're literally one game away. That was it. And that's gonna be that still stings to me because we had that reverse sweep. We just didn't bring that same playstyle we bought in the earlier games. But yeah, we're gonna wait on the rest of this bracket to myself up. Did tell the players I was gonna go get something to eat. I actually do want to get something to eat. So I had dinner. I didn't have a lot to eat, so probably get at least something like a snack. While we wait. Oh, this is just my internal thoughts brewing. This is what happens whenever we're not playing any matches. I'm only thinking I gotta go get something to eat. But it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes for me to get something. I'm gonna wait and see if we can get an update on the Stomach Authenticity match, but probably not for a little while. Unfortunately. So, I'm gonna go back to the break, get myself something to eat. Hungry. And, I'll be back in like a few minutes. I'm just gonna go to a break. Give me 5 minutes, I'll be back. Well, everybody, we're back for a little bit. Oh, Somber raided! Hey, Somber, how you doing? Oh yeah, your stream just ended. I'm happy that you raided in. I'm happy that you knew that I was streaming. Hi, guys. How you doing? I just ran outside to get something to eat, so I'm back. Oh, and Corporal Monkey Shine's raided. Hey, Corporal Monkey Shines, how you doing, my friend? I didn't even see that you raided. Everybody's raiding today. I'm assuming 175 Esports did pretty well then if he's raiding into me. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran to get some food. It's cold out here. How y'all doing? We're waiting in lowers right now for our next match. We love Constellation? I'm happy you love Constellation. I don't exactly love you guys though, because we couldn't beat you guys. But you guys played well. Although I'm still a little bit salty. We were so close to that reverse sweep. So close. Hopefully 175 did well. What was 175 even in? Oh, you're in pool B4. Ah, okay. They lost to Omelette in the last part of the upper round. Okay. Top 175 Esports. And obviously, I know where you guys went with the Polar Knights. Obviously, you lost to the Pirates on the Boat side, but we're waiting right now. We're waiting on Stomach and Pineapple. Winner of that series will be who we play next on this stream. Yeah, thanks guys for the raids here. To the 36 of you that are currently watching, I'm Sporty FC. Nice to see you all here. Caster commentator for Team Constellation. Lev, but it's really Lev, Ian, and Heps who's on Team Constellation here. I always say Lev and company because Lev's always the first person to think of because he's the captain. But we are waiting right now in lowers. I know that they're currently on a scrim right now, so we're just waiting. But we play the winner of Pineapple and Stomachache. So both these teams pretty decent. We should be beating both of them. Both very, very easily beatable for who we are as Constellation. But Stomachache is Imminent, Bright, and Tooth, or Tuv, I think it is. And Pineapple's Woozy, Indigo, and Dizzy. We should be beating either of these sides, so we'll be beating both these teams relatively easily. But we're going to wait a little bit, see how things go. They're currently playing their best of 5. Whoever wins that, we play against in lowers. So if we lose, we're out. If we can win, like we did last event where we went through lowers, won once to get through there. We got to win twice this time around, but still very similar. We got to win our matches. If we can win out in lowers, we'll be fine. We'll go to top 32. We'll be here tomorrow. So that's the hope that we have right now. Now, right now, Constellation, they're practicing. They're in a scrim against like J Plexi. Who are they playing against? I don't remember. It's J Plexi and Ibu, I believe it is. We're also in lowers right now, so fun. So again, we're waiting. We're just gonna have to be patient for a little bit right now, but we should have updates for all of you on our next match soon enough. Here's what our schedule has looked like today. Pretty fun looking schedule. 3-0, 2-3 loss to Polar Knights. I was really hoping for that reverse sweep. We were so close to it. But we're still here. We're doing our thing. Please let me know if you wanna know anything. Exclamation point bracket, by the way, for bracket. Exclamation point, I think it's cast. Yeah, you can contact me for your own personal matches. Exclamation point cast, I think it is. Yeah, it is. There you go. So if you want to have me stream one of your matches, there you go. That's how you do it. Give me a good old contact through social media. I will be here. But we're just waiting around a little bit. Yeah, we're just waiting. We're gonna have to play again. We're just waiting here for our next match in lower round 4. But this is the not fun part of the waiting game that it takes. But again, that's kind of what happened. We had to do this last time for like 2 hours Thankfully, it's going to be a lot less than that this time around. Oh, why does it say you're next up? Okay, my commands are exceptionally old. I have not updated that. Let me fix my bot command for cast. It should not have a your next up link in it. That's not even around anymore. Anyways, I'm going to fix that. Oops, some weekly schedule out for ATS. They will be out Monday. They'll be out Monday. Or maybe Sunday evening. Potentially Sunday evening. It all depends on how fast Kyle can get the brackets built. During that signups don't end until Sunday night. I'm expecting it's going to come out on Monday morning. But you will get it on time. You'll definitely. I'm going to say this. You should be getting them before noon on Monday. In theory, your matches should be set up before noon on Monday. So, hopefully that'll help you a little bit. Command's updated. But yeah, just contact me. But yeah, I will. I don't know for sure when matches are gonna happen. Well, I know for a fact they gotta start. They gotta start on Monday. So give us a little bit of time. Obviously we can't release schedules today. Again, signups end tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Again, the schedule will be released on Monday. You will have your first match ready to be scheduled on Monday. So you just gotta wait. It's all about playing the patient game. Unfortunately, I know it's not fun. You gotta wait. I know you want to know your matches early, but they don't get released until Monday. Until we know who's playing, and until we seed everybody. There's a good amount of teams that even for today and tomorrow have signed up but haven't fully configured their rosters. We're gonna wait on a couple more teams to confirm. There's also gonna be a couple teams that will probably sign up super late, like there always is. There's always teams that sign up late, no matter what event you're running. Same for us this season. Our signups are gonna end super late, obviously. As soon as signups have closed, that's it. We're not adding any more teams in. So by 10 p.m. tomorrow, teams are gonna have their rosters completely settled and ready. But once that's confirmed, once we have all of our rosters confirmed, we will start making our brackets. We'll start getting matches started up immediately. So again, should be out. The schedule should be out Monday before noon, maybe before the afternoon, but definitely on Monday. Or if we're fast enough, Sunday night. I know Kyle, who's one of our directors, who's actually managing all the brackets. Great guy. He's the one who's having to handle all that. It's not himself, but he's doing it. Give credit to him. I know he's basically doing a lot of the sign-up stuff right now. I wish I was more active, but RLCS has kind of taken it away. And when most teams sign up in the evening, it's like right around now. Yeah, we will make sure that signups and schedules are released on Monday. For now, though, we are going to go to a break again and wait for Samyek and Pineapple to finish their matchup. So we're gonna go to break. I'm still here. I will still be talking to you guys, but we're just gonna go to this screen. See you guys soon. Oh, hello there, Gad. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're on a break right now. We've almost confirmed our next match here, but we're getting the winner of Stomach and Pineapple in the lower brackets. So that's why we're on break right now. We'll be back in about 4.5 minutes, but if you want to say something, I am here. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, everybody. The lower round 4 matchup that we're waiting on has been going for about a half an hour now. You can see it's Stomach and Pineapple. Still no updates on who's winning that match. But we are getting closer to it. Getting updates soon. And I have a feeling we're probably going to get invited back to the party very soon as well. So, considering that we are very close to seeing who's going to win this series from our own, that's why we are back here. You know kind of what's happening. Again, Semyake versus Pineapple. We are expected to play against Pineapple, and likely we're going to be playing against Almost Nuts. So they themselves on the other side are waiting against the winner of Mexiclica and Que Pasa Mami. Gonna wait on that. Considering that they're likely to play against, likely Constellation is expected to play against Pineapple and then Almost Nuts for that spot in the top 32. Definitely a tough road. I mean, we'd have to be in the lower 2 seeds. That's the thing is, these are the lower seeds from the lower bracket. Most of these 6 seeds out of each group are from the uppers, so a very long road to go. At this point, seeding doesn't really matter for that final day. We're gonna, if we make top 32, we're gonna be guaranteed a low seed no matter what happens. But being able to make sure that we actually can into the top 32 first, then we can worry about seeding. So we need 2 wins to get there. We're again gonna have to play against the winner of Miake and Pineapple. Once we get an update on that match soon enough. The big concern I'm going to have is whoever wins this match is going to have a lot of momentum on their side, and these are not. And at this point, these are some pretty decent teams. Low bracket momentum is a very real thing at this point for a lot of these sides. That's the big concern I have is how Constellation is going to deal with that low bracket momentum. Last time around, they did just fine with it. They should do fine anyways, considering that they are still warmed up. They are in a scrim right now against J Plexi Taibu. That they are right now in a scrim. We will just have to. We're definitely still warmed up, which is a good sign for our next match against either of those 2 teams that are playing right now. Mind you, also because it is lower bracket, if we lose and at any point today, our run's over. So it is now win or go home. For a team that has made top 32 already, they don't want to miss out on another opportunity. This is a bracket that is definitely somewhat favorable for them because no matter who they play against, they are going to be the favorite in this lower brackets. Just knowing that they are the favorites, that they have that kind of favoritism, going to need to show up, and they're going to need to show up huge for a match like this. We're just going to be, well, we're still waiting. It's sure to up soon enough here on this bracket, but we're just waiting for soon. So again, while we wait, a little bit, things should be decently well soon enough. Yeah, again, it's just a case of waiting for updates. Never fun. I don't like waiting. You wait here. We just gotta wait a little bit. Be patient for matches that come. Once we can confirm our next series, we'll be getting. It's gonna be an interesting night here. We have some solace knowing that our next match is just around the corner. But yes, we just have to wait. That's the sad part is, we just have to wait. This is never fun to wait, but stuck at. While we wait on Pineapple and Slime to finish out their series. I'm hoping their series is gonna be pretty quick. Pineapple is definitely the better team out of those two, but upsets happen. There's no guarantee that we'll make it out of this bracket either at this point, so no guarantees. There's again, as I said, this lower bracket is scary. It is a tough lower bracket. So considering that, we'll have to win 2 matches straight. We are definitely a favorite to do that, but it's a tough road. It's a very, very tough road. Again, considering we are the favorites, considering that we're warmed up, we should be prepared for whoever we play against. We should be winning our next relatively easily. Be 3-0, 3-1, or maybe 3-1, 3-1. Who knows? I'm hoping we don't go to Game 5 in our matches, because so far, during the stream, we have lost both times we've gone to Game 5. We don't have a good record. But waiting. Hopefully, we can get that other match can end soon enough. It doesn't take too long for an update on who's winning. Yeah, I don't like the amount of waiting we have to go through, but fortunate thing is on the other side, Mexica que paso, mami, is going to end pretty soon as well, I would assume. Mexica probably should be winning that match, considering how good those players are. I mean, there's a good chance we could be playing against Mexica for that final spot. Hello, Sinhawk. Nice to see you. We're just waiting here. This is RLCS for Team Constellation. This is day 2 of well, of what I think 6 days total. We are trying to make it to top 32 again. In at the top 16. Right now, we are in lowers, so we're waiting on the winner of Samyake and Pineapple. Thursday night, we'll probably be playing against Almost Nuts, considering that they should be beating whoever they play against. Yeah, we're just waiting for that lower bracket match before us too. So again, as soon as I can get an update on who wins between Pineapple and Stomach, you'll know. I'll let you all know. Unfortunate right now because we have to wait on an update. What's gonna happen? So again, a little bit of time. Soon enough, we'll have an update for all of you. It's gonna be a tough road for us, actually. We do not have an easy road to that top group, but we never did before. Out of the two, Pineapple's definitely the better of the two teams, considering that's Woozy and Indigo. I mean, either of them could win. It could be a long series before we get a win. Considering that they are right now well over 30 minutes past in that game, they might be in Game 4 or Game 5. So, knowing that, we'll be having to wait a little bit. But it is what it is. Again, my expectations are that Pineapple's probably winning this series. But again, I don't know exactly who's going to win this one. We're just going to wait until... We're going to wait a little bit, okay? until they report that match. It looks like Pineapple's up 2-0. They might just be reporting the series right now. They are. Pineapple just won 3-1. There we go. If they go to game 5, Pineapple will win it. And now we have a match coming up here. On Pineapple, that is Woozy and Indigo Dizzy. Woozy, Indigo. Oh, here we go. Our next match is confirmed here. So it's Pineapple who we go up against next. Here we go. Our next best of 3 here in lower round 5. Reminder, if we lose here, our run is over. So it is all about getting wins now. Forget about anything else. Wins is above all else important here, but we are the heavy favorites in this match. So we're probably going to be on the orange side for this series. So there we go. We're on orange now. There we go. Okay, we're probably on lower round 5. We're going to wait until they add us in, but once they add us, we'll be getting... Give us a quick moment. Taking on Pineapple here in the losers round 5. And on the other side, it is almost nuts. So we're going to be playing the winner of Mexicalica and K-Paso Mami. The winner of that will be who we play against in lower round 6. All matches are still best of 5. It's all best of 5 at this point. It doesn't get easier, that's for sure. But these are matches we should be winning if we're going to make top 32. This is definitely not an impossible run for us. This is a very doable run. We need to make sure that we can get our wins in. So, waiting on Hepskid, he'll add us in. Just a moment. Seems like they're in the main menu. They might be waiting again on somebody. There they go. They confirmed that they're getting that thing started. Hopefully Hepskid's actually going to add us. I hope he didn't, forget about us. There you go. Alright, we're in. To get to this series here. So again, we're almost certainly going to be on orange team for this. We've been the favorite for most of our matches. The only match that we haven't been was when we played the Polar Knights, which we, of course, lost in Game 5, which is now why we are here in lowers. But now we get to go against Pineapple. Which should be a good series here. So, considering that these are the teams that we have ahead of us, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be it's definitely a bracket that is not too one that we can make work with. Again, considering who we have to play against, very doable. This is a very doable bracket to go through. But of course, it's gonna be tough as in goes Woozy, Indigo, and Dizzy. So they're in. They're on blue, as expected. We are on orange because we're the favorites. Our match going right now. Again, best of 5s back underway. We don't have to wait any longer for our matches. As Constellation now playing in the lower brackets. So this is it. If we lose, we're out. We win, we stay on, and we can move to lower round 6, where we can compete for that top 32 spot. Pineapple on the blue with Dizzy, Indigo, and Woozy. Constellation on the orange, and again, we just came off a scrim, so we gotta get warmed up a little bit here, considering that we just played our scrim and haven't had any major matches yet. It's all gonna be about getting used to things, getting back into the swing of things, getting back into good habits. This is definitely a team we should be beating. Of course, they just went through a pretty impressive lower bracket run. Our run is gonna be one where we gotta perform a little bit more, make things happen, as Ian and Hepskid will try to get the offense started here. But the one thing I didn't like from Constellation earlier was how passive they played. I'm going to hope that that has not continued in their scrim, and will not continue here against Pineapple. Really, the big thing here is just not to make mistakes, not to overcommit, not to spread yourself too thin. This is a team that we will be able to beat as long as we don't give them opportunities to win. And I'm sure that's what Constellation's plans are right now, as Lev off the post. Unable to find much of anything yet here. It's been very even for both these teams. I'm expecting that if Constellation can just get a goal early, they can really start the series off well. That's the exact plan they're hoping for, to get the series started off as well as they can. Ian's touch will be for Hep's Kid, and he's going to go to the back wall. He will be waiting on that one as Eden now dribbles ahead. Ian, 50'd with him. Lev, the back wall, not a very good touch though, and it is Ian who will have to jump in to help him out. Midfield for Dizzy, to the back wall. Haps will read it. And Pineapple having a few chances, but with how far away they are from the net, nothing has really been all that threatening so far. Although they are slowly closing in. But Epskid's gonna flick it away. And with all the boost he's used to get there, he's gonna have to use a little bit more. As I've just noticed, I actually forgot to do a prediction poll. So if a goal goes in, I will set up a short prediction poll here for this series, Constellation and Pineapple play against each other. So I'm gonna wait until a goal goes in, because then I don't have to worry about, you know, putting up the menu screen while this game's happening. But we'll make sure we get it sorted out here as Constellation. Already halfway through this game, still no goals. No major opportunities. They're still looking for passes, still testing things out, but I think they're more so just trying to warm up. Still, as Ian, for Lev, that would have been a good chance to score. Indigo was waiting for it. Some demos. Pineapple is still stuck on defense as Indigo again. Have a tough time reading that, but we'll be able to get it out to Woozy. Lev really hesitating the challenge there. Dizzy's gonna get deflected to the back wall. Oh, it's Indigo. Eps, oh, he's missed it! Oh, it's a mistake from Epskid. I mean, it really wasn't. It was just, again, that passivity. Lev really didn't want to challenge early. I think he was hoping for a teammate to recognize that he wasn't going to challenge. It was anything but that, as here we go. There we go, short prediction poll up. There we go, no goals scored in between, thank goodness. As we continue in game one. Pineapple, ahead by one, but as we've seen so far, Constellation's had great opportunities. We just need to make more of them, and we definitely need to find more of that urgency that we have seemingly lacked so far today. Except for that Board Ice match, once we needed it. The urgency was there in games 3 and 4. Pull down, still a lot of time, but once again, Constellation, they can't keep waiting to score that first goal. You gotta really be able to, sometimes you just gotta find a way to force it through, although I don't recommend forcing any goal, because forcing things usually almost never works. I definitely want to see more of the ability to allow themselves to take that goal, as Hepskid is chasing down Dizzy. Indigo will try to clear, but stopped by Ian as he's gonna keep on going. Dizzy will collect onto this, and once again, Lev, he's having no man's land, can't challenge, can't really play defensive. Kind of waiting. Which is not what Constellation can afford to do now with only a minute left. As Ian, looking for the bump, does get there. Lev still very far behind, and he can't get the bump either. Again, Lev very, very passive. He's waiting a lot for some of these challenges. But for the player who's usually on top of things in Lev, this is not proving to be a very solid looking performance from him. But he's got teammates behind him as Ian gets him. Oh, what a bump for Ian! Well, when this Constellation team needs him, Ian shows up for them. He has been clutch so far this event. He was insanely impressive in day 1. And here in day 2, and Lev can't seem to get himself going. It is Ian who's doing it. I've been impressed. Ian was not exactly amazing in the first open qualifier. He has really stepped up in the second one. He is becoming probably the scariest player on the field right now at a Team Constellation. Because whenever he can try to set things up, he's finding ways to be clutch. Like he may not be doing a ton in the middle of the game, but he has clutch when it comes to making sure plays work. And that's the reason why this game is almost certainly going to go to overtime. Here we go, game 1 OT. Constellation still feels like they're fast asleep. They need to warm up, and this is not the way to do it. As Hepkids with the save. Lev, not there. Ooh, Indigo. Blocking that shot, and Constellation. Very fortunate. Now that is not the end of game 1 right there. Dizzy. Indigo. Ian's doesn't have it! And that's going to be game 1, and for Constellation, they got away with this just by sending it to OT. Unfortunately for Ian, oh, he must have thought he was in the middle net there. He was covering the post. He needed to be a little bit more inside. Whatever it is, it's the slow start for Constellation that worried me. It was, they've always started off these series exceptionally slow for whatever reason, and it is not a good sign, especially in this lower bracket when you need to get yourself going. But for now, go to game 2. The worry of Constellation that if they don't get off to a good start, they often sometimes need 2 games to warm up in the matches. Can't afford to lose 2 games to most teams in this bracket. Here we go in day 2. Constellation's supposed to be is expected to make top 32, but if they can't be playing like this against Pineapple if they're gonna want to make it. So for Constellation, sticking here. Pressure's on them. Pineapple gonna make quite the upset here in lower round 5. Although Ian really trying to make sure his team will not let it happen. Again, he has been strong so far in this event, but I need to see a little bit more out of Lev specifically. Last game was quite slow from Lev. Not as involved as he usually is. And definitely more hesitant than he should be. I want to see a little bit more out of Lev. Maybe a little bit more ground control. Maybe a little bit of ground game. Definitely a little bit less on the lackluster challenges, although that's not a great challenge from Hep's Kid. Gonna be back for it though, and this is where that pressure really does climb onto Constellation. They've now just dropped the game. But they have not exactly looked amazing. What can they do to change things? What can they do to get themselves back into that feel-good mood that we saw when they played against the Polar Knights? Because this is a Constellation team that last event had a tough time recovering off of tough losses. That loss against the Polar Knights definitely qualifies. But they've had a long time to, wait in between games. They haven't had to worry too much about momentum out of their side, or I guess the negative momentum out of their side. So this is kind of a proving point for them. Being able to make quite the run as Ian flicked away from Dizzy. Woozy's going to win the challenge outright though. Dizzy will clear. Hepskin. On the dribble, Indigo. Block is Ian. The dribble again. Flip reset around Dizzy. Ian left it. Lev could not put it through though. Indigo was recognizing that the real threat there was that second player, not the first one. Constellation making things happen. I need to see more though out of them as some bumps in front of the net. Uzi now getting removed. Hepskid to the back wall, forcing Indigo to jump. But Ian, very far away, was actually looking for boost initially. Called into action to keep the offense for his side as Lev, surely that's in! It is from Ian! And that's the goal they've been looking for. They've been battling, they've been asking, and they shall receive their answer. A goal for Constellation halfway through game 2. We've seen it before, they only need 1 goal to really get things going. As Ian now, they use that flip. Constellation though with a 1-goal lead, and they can hold that a little bit more now. They can be a little bit happier. It still hasn't been consistent enough from them. Reminder, even whoever wins the series, they still need to win 1 more to be in that top 32. Constellation's definitely got the pressure on them, but a 1-goal lead again here in Game 2 can send them a long way if they can just get another one on top of it. 1 goal, I really feel like isn't going to be enough to beat Pineapple here in Game 2. Maybe it is. Maybe that's just me being pessimistic, but Constellation, you definitely want more with where you're at in this bracket is. Oh my goodness, Indigo! Oh, he's got an extra touch on it! And I was right about it, that 1 goal will not be enough. As he recovers up the ceiling and puts the flip on it. The last thing people are expecting was an extra touch. And that's exactly what Indigo brought. As Ian now unable to get out of defense. Pineapple now slowly but surely really tanking this mood on Team Constellation. And you can feel it right now. It's a blankets of malcontent. No, the pride's not there right now for Constellation. Feels like they're stuck between a rock and a hard place mentally. So still a lot of time to come back and to take this game, but it's gonna take goals, it's gonna take some sort of mentality to get the next goal in this game. As Woozy, Dizzy, redirect off the back wall, Woozy's gonna score! And inside the final minute, things are starting to look quite scary for Constellation. As Lev had to expect the shot there, but it obviously never came. Until it was too late to recover. Constellation. That mentality, it was a real killer. Last event in day 3. Feels like it's here to haunt them even earlier now as Dizzy will take a 2-goal lead for Pineapple. And dear oh dear, this is only getting worse. I don't even know if it's Pineapple having the perfect counter. It just feels like Constellation. It just aren't feeling it right now. They aren't feeling themselves. A team that we saw such great heights when they played against the Polar Knights earlier today. That loss must be hanging in their minds. Oh, and it's not going to help them anyways. Lev with a miss on that open net. And, oh man. 30 seconds and counting. And Game 2 could be a wrap here unless Constellation can find something unique. Hepskid gets the fake on 1, now needs to go for net. Indigo will be there to block it. Ian forcing out the challenge, now he can go midfield. Woozy doesn't have it! Lev's gonna jump in! And with 10 seconds to go, Constellation have bought themselves hope on Game 2. I am my fingers, my fists are clenched. 10 seconds. We need 1. Hepskid clearing it ahead of the field. Dizzy to Indigo. Lev trying to throw this back in. He's gonna look to keep it alive. It will stay up with Heps. Ian actually not helping his team out here as he's committed too high. Hepskid up in the air. Dizzy wants this to drop. Ian 50 away. Hepskid will not get to it. And it is Pineapple with Game 2. And for a second straight series, Constellation going down 2 games initially. Once again, we got a call for the reverse sweep. And unlike their match against the Polar Knights, they need to complete this one to stay alive in the bracket. Every game's been close, but Constellation have just looked very, very... Again, malcontent's a good word to use here. Almost as if they've accepted things, and I know that's not what they're doing. It just feels like they haven't gotten that energy. They haven't gotten that energy in themselves yet. And now only 1 game away from being eliminated from this bracket. Their run may end on day 2. It's always a possibility. Now it could be a reality. And Team Constellation, who again made top 32 last event, cannot afford to not make it this event, realistically. For a team that has such high hopes to make top 16, this is anything but a confidence booster. As Hepskid, they get the offense started with Lev now, jumping in. Who on Constellation's gonna be there for them this game? took them 2 games against the Polar Knights to find that momentum. Here in the lower bracket against Pineapple, it's a different team, a different roster, and a whole different position. They don't have the security of an extra life anymore. And it is gotta be sobering for them to know that this game really does matter. Every game matters. And Hepskid finding Ian, finding that first goal. Constellation needed this. Our 3rd match of the day. In what is expected to be a long day for matches. Constellation have got to turn this series around one way or another. Indigo. Dizzy. He's got Woozy! That shot's gone wide. Constellation wasn't ready to see that play through. As now Indigo does get off the back wall, but he won't need to. As here goes Pineapple upfield. Woozy. Heps. Indigo. To flick this to the ceiling. Lev will be waiting for it. As Dizzy. Woozy. It is Team Pineapple. A great fruit, by the way. I love eating pineapple. Who is still looking, and for Constellation, again, a 1-goal lead. We saw last game that 1-goal leads don't exactly hold very long. And here, well, they have held it for a while. Pineapple's got offense. We know this team has got the striking capabilities. Constellation need to find a momentum. It's not exactly been a convincing game, by all means, and it doesn't need to be to get wins, but a team that needs to win 3 straight, chances are not in their favor. Although that shot is, what a save! Woozy pinched it off his own post, and Pineapple upfield now. Ian just gonna pop it out. Forget about offense when you are facing that kind of pressure. As Lev now. Dizzy. Low boost to recover. Does force Heps to go midfield. Ian. He's not even jumping for it. He couldn't get to the challenge. Now it's Indigo who will get around Lev. Indigo around Heps. Indigo waiting. Indigo! It's hit the crossbar. Ian's got the block. And Woozy goes to the corner. Pineapple still unable to beat through. Woozy again. Dizzy! He's hit the middle of the net. And the second chance will be the charm for Pineapple as Woozy hits Dizzy square in the center of his bumper. And Ian, who had a lot of that net covered, just could not reach that shot. Tied now at 1 each. That offense has been inconsistent at times, these teams. What has been consistent is that these games have been close. Pineapple have been able to Constellation both times. They're gonna do another one here. It is Dizzy with his second. And hope for Constellation. Maybe running thin now, because this is not a good sign. As Lev to the back wall. Dizzy! Oh, he's whiffed on it. Constellation needed that goal from Lev. He has had a tough time tonight. And Indigo will keep it away. Pineapple a little over a minute away from ending the run of Constellation. Hepskid can't get around Dizzy. Woozy. Constellation can't afford to give up another goal here. Their offense has not been consistent enough to score 2 inside the final minutes. All he needs is 1. Hepskid. Lev, he's got no boost, but he has Ian to support. Dizzy the clear. Woozy. Give it away to Hepskid here in space that we can work with. Take a lot of effort as Lev can't get around Dizzy. He's got air. Lev to Heps. Heps on net. Off the back wall. Ian couldn't turn it around Dizzy. And everybody committed for offense. Now they gotta go back. Lev stops Dizzy in his tracks. Heps the other way. Woozy Oh, he's hit it the wrong way. Ian forcing out Indigo. Hepskid gets past one. Dizzy. Unable to collect. It's Ian again. That net's bombed. Ian! Clutch! And when they need him! He's been here all night long doing this. And just like how they needed him in Game 1, they needed him in Game 3 even more. And they get one more in regulation. Pineapple. Cleared away. Lev. Gonna go all the way back, and for a second time this series, it is overtime. Constellation facing the depths of elimination. Lev saving them in yet another game in the final seconds. Now can they win the OT afterwards? Ian. Dizzy doesn't have it! Dizzy! Oh, he's got back! Ian had him there. He had him beat. The shot won't go through. Indigo. Demo through Lev. And Constellation, it really feels like they've gotten so much more to talk about this game! What a save! It's still in! It rolled on the line, but that ball was just going nowhere else but the blue net. And Constellation staying alive. Ian with the saving grace on Game 3. He's kept them in it. He's kept the series going. It's Game 4. Continuation of this series. Constellation didn't look their best in Game 3, and while Ian played a clutch factor in that, can't rely on Ian to win all your matches. Constellation's gonna need more. They're gonna need to do better. They're gonna need to elevate. This is where you do it. Polar Knights shut them down from having that reverse sweep. Now they gotta find a way to do it against Pineapple. Go to Game 5 and actually win it there. Again, they've gone to Game 5 twice on this stream. For RLCS runs, they've not won either time. Where they need to find a way to do it, to break that run. As now an infield pass. Which is gonna hold on to it, and Pineapple clear away as Indigo. Reset. Hepskid. Still Hepskid. Uzi waiting, but it's Ian waiting with him. It's Pineapple who's now got space. Indigo, he's been scary all night, but that shot's not gonna be all that threatening. The first two it is Lev, and now it's Woozy. He'll look for another play as Heps. The ball is just not win the challenge out right there, just keep it close, force Pineapple to commit. Force him to use that boost to maybe give up more of an openings on that mid line. Heps kid. Everything he has just to give Ian a shot to net. To maybe give his team offense. As Lev now unable to get to the challenges. And he goes in the right position. Hepskid, does he have this? He didn't, but Lev will as he cuts it in the way. Now he's got offense. Lev to the back wall. He's been very quiet so far this series, Lev. For a team that needs that offense. He hasn't been scoring a ton this event, but he has been making a lot of those assists. Make one here. He's left it in front, but Ian not going to be there very quickly. Now he's left it himself. Hepskid through the eyes of the defenders. Slicing through Pineapple. And Constellation got some momentum. These one goal leads have not been stable, but for Constellation, they'll take just about anything they can at this point. This series has been quite difficult, I would say, for themselves. But after 2 long games of really struggling against Pineapple, Game 3, Game 4, and it is Constellation who are getting back into their usual offensive tactics. Is Woozy with the ball, Hepskid. Leave it for Ian. Now off the ceiling, Ian finding Lev. Hit the net just yet. Constellation have overcommitted, and that's going to be a goal for Indigo. And as soon as Lev's shot missed the target, I mean, there was no other options. Heps has the challenge. He's too far upfield to go back. As soon as that shot missed the target, it was going to be an open net no matter which way you looked at it. Pineapple got around that challenge of Heps Kid, and from there on out, Indigo's not missing. High game all over again. Those, as I said, those 1-goal leads have been anything but stable. Been what's won these games, but they have not been able to hold. Teams have not been able to hold these leads for very long. There is no lead anymore, though. Heps Kid. Oh, Ian's gonna face the wrong direction there once again. Everybody on the same sidewall. We saw that cost them against the Polar Knights when Nitya was able to take full advantage of that positioning. Heps Kid again. 2 go for Pineapple, but Heps Kid also trying to jump into that shot. Can't exactly blame them. If Heps gets a piece of that, having 2 people there instead of 1 just challenging him, be enough to keep the ball out. Gotta challenge him again here, and this time another double commit. Actually, a triple commit is Dizzy. Also went in for it. Follow-up shot. Indigo. And good thing he stopped it too, because Ian was there for the follow-up. That one bounced off freely. Pineapple. Let's get out of defense now. That's a good sign for Constellation. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. Keep suffocating them. Keep stealing those resources. Pineapple cannot get those goals, cannot get out of defense without some resources. That's what Constellation's doing with these challenges, but Indigo's going to clear it away. Again, off the back wall, will leave it for himself to find midfield. Dizzy. Indigo from nowhere was hiding behind Dizzy, using him as a kind of a shield for what he was going to do. Constellation's going to have to go back to up to offense, but without possession right now. Lev, though, quick shot on. Apple still clearing it away, and I remember hearing this from, a lot, but it's always technically easier to play defense with where Pineapple is. They have a much bigger nets, so if you will say. On defense, the block, but it won't matter, because in comes Heps Kid, and when you hold offense for that long, as Constellation have, things are going to fall in place for you. Indigo got dunked, slammed by Heps Kid. And the player who often calls himself Heps Beast will allow his team some hope, a lead late in Game 4. But Pineapple. We've seen last second rows from Constellation in this series. Pineapple looking for their own, but it's not going to happen easily. Indigo. Oh, it's an awful touch straight to Lev. And Pineapple now with very little opportunities to get a goal. Heps Kid drops it. Game 5 is the next. Game 5 again. Maybe a chance for a reverse sweep here. Our 3rd time going to Game 5 here for Constellation and RLCS runs. And we actually win one here. We have not won in Game 5 yet. This is not a good sign for us. But to be fair, the last times we played Game 5 was as an underdog against Strictly Business. And then literally only a few hours ago against the Polar Knights. Now we got to do it here against Pineapple, a team that we are favored to beat. Game 5 we go. And it's Constellation who is looking to keep a hold of this series. And unlike what they did against the Polar Knights, be consistent in how they're playing. While that's happening as well on the other side of the back, waiting on the winner of Almost Nuts and Mexiclica. Likely that's Almost Nuts who's going to be winning that match. But we don't know. I don't know. Game 5 ahead of us. And from 2 games down, from 0-2, we might be able to survive this series. Has been, again, a Constellation team that feels so sluggish early on. But once they can kind of get some momentum, my goodness, it's not easy to take it away from them. I think they need to score first, though, just to keep that momentum, to keep it going, to keep it flowing even more. Considering how Pineapple's played, if they can steal that momentum, that's to do what the Polar Knights did and suck the life out of Constellation. That's what happened in Game 5. Constellation after getting scored on initially, became exceptionally passive. Or Pineapple, if they're taking notes, if they've seen how the opponents have played, which I doubt they have, they'll know that's what happened. We obviously know that's what happened. We've been seeing it the whole night. In Game 5, Constellation trying to complete the reverse sweep. As Ian always whiffed it, that's not a good start. Oh, it's a huge mistake from Ian. And whiffs like that have been costly for Constellation. Ian's in the right position too. Just an awkward bounce to the corner. It's so tough to read those bounces, even for players as good as Constellations are. And it's not a good start though. And here's where Constellation needs to come back. Unlike what they did against Polar Knights, they cannot afford them shut down here. It's one goal, they can come back from this. I don't want to see them play that passive style anymore. There's Woozy. Eps. Indigo. Ian gets beat, Lev will clear it out. Team Constellation. Down by 1. A minute in. Still time, but oh, they gotta be careful, because it's on the line, Eps Kid. Oh my. Pineapple played smart on that shot too. Went for the slow play. Absolutely. Made Constellation second guess themselves. Won't be enough to beat Eps Kid. But it's not a good sign. We can't afford to go down by 2 goals. I mean, we can come back from that, but I really don't want to see it. Definitely doesn't make life any easier for Constellation, who, again, generally don't do well when they go down early. But they've made comebacks before. Now, more than ever, they have to do one here. As Ian went back. The clutch factor for this team. They find a way to be clutch here. Well, it won't be against this one, because it's Woozy with a second goal for Pineapple. And my goodness, Constellation has had a tough time on Game 5. Well, now we are two goals down, and now we gotta come back from 2 goals down. Three minutes. Ian. Open. 1 goal back. Alright, good shot, Ian. And, a fortunate play for Constellation that works out so well. 3 minutes. We got us. Of course, I start to become more of a fan for Constellation whenever I'm, like, this nervous for them. But, still holding on to the very real margin that we have here to win this game. Here he's with it. Lev. Back wall. Indigo doesn't have this one! Eps Kid! He's got it! Indigo never read it! And Eps Kid saw him to it! Punched through the net! Constellation back in it! Pineapple now. Oh, they gotta be feeling quite silly now. The comeback's been made. I said it, Constellation can come back. They did it here. This is a team that has done it before, but my goodness, they've had a good amount of comebacks this entire tournament. Game 5, they have always struggled in Game 5. They're gonna struggle again here, because it's open for Woozy. Snuck behind enemy lines. And yeah, Lev never saw it too, until it was too late. Oh, the pressure's on. The pressure is on. Eps Kid, 1-on-1. Do it! He's done it! Eps Kid's gone clutch again. Off the kickoff. And Constellation, they usually struggle with the kickoff. Tonight, it has been their benefactor. We're back in it. Come on. Eps Kid. Oh, he's been beat by Indigo. But here goes Lev. Heps is up, but he's not going to challenge. Lev goes on his own. Tied up at 3 each. Reverse sweep, please. Woozy can't get around Eps Kid. See it instead as Dizzy. Up for Lev. He's going to get to it in time. Indigo beat by Ian. Pineapple's got Woozy back left. He can't read this. Here goes Heps. Dizzy was going to get there. Smart play from Lev not to give him the ball for free. He isn't able to collect it, and Pineapple's gonna hold on to this for a little longer. But they won't be able to keep it. Ian, Eps Kid! Oh, stopped by Woozy. And Pineapple will get rid of it. But here goes Lev. Second touch. Indigo leaves it for Woozy. And the communication out of Pineapple will mean they're on offense next. Lev will just get there. Inside 90 seconds left in Game 5. Ian won't have the easy read there. That bounce went the wrong way for himself. But Pineapple wasn't expecting it either. And they weren't going to shoot on that. And what a clutch play from Hapskid he is. Showing up here in Game 5. Now they just need one more. Ian, though. Indigo's going to have the boost. Hapskid's got the dunk in the right place there. But not able to make more of it. Indigo. Flip reset. Ian's on the defensive side. Demo through the smoke screen goes Ian. Constellation. Lev to the corner. Lev in front. Indigo's going to jump for it. But with two committing for Pineapple. It's Constellation in space. Hapskid on Indigo. They'll beat this. Now goes Lev. Flip reset. The bump. Not connected. Ian. Saved by Dizzy. And Pineapple will clear. Indigo. Woozy. Just on offense. Miss my Lev. Oh no. A whiff from the captain. And Constellation put on the ropes once more. It has not been a good night for Lev. That mistake really gonna sting. But with 22 seconds, they need a goal. And they need it soon. Woozy. Inch off the back wall. Hapskid's gotta win this challenge. No one up with to beat him, though. And that means he's got all this space to work with. Dizzy's gonna clear. Ian up for it. Lev's there behind him, but he can't challenge. That ball cleared away at 0 seconds. The tournament's right on the line here. Pineapple cannot get this to the ground or else Constellation's out. It's Haps. Woozy to save it away. Woozy's got space. He's got Ian to meet. It's hit the ground. And for a third straight Game 5 for Constellation, they do not get a win. And for a second time tonight, they can't complete the reverse sweep. It is elimination on day 2. Constellation out in yet another Game 5. For a team who couldn't get easy good starts, I'm sure that the bad starts are what they're going to be thinking of right now. 2 series where they just could not win, lost their first 2 games. First sweeps are tough. There's a reason why teams are always petrified to go for them. And tonight, no different. And, well, for how clutch they've been tonight, bad starts are just that, bad starts. And Constellation's runs over. We won't be moving into the top 32. We won't be competing for top 16 this event. That means we gotta wait out for a whole 2 weeks before we can try this all over again. Yeah, a depressing night here. It was an exciting Game 5, but my goodness, Constellation get it done for a second series in a row. Whether it be that momentum that came out to beat them, to punch them in the mouth once again, what it was not a good night. Fortunate to say the very least. Pressing. I think to say it more accurately, our run ends in the lower bracket there to Pineapple, 3 games to 2, and that means they're going to be playing against the winner of Almost Nuts and Mex Klika. For us here, our run is over on this stream. It's unfortunate, but that is it for us. A tough night, a tough end to our second attempt at qualifying the top 16. And man, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad. It really is. It felt like this team had it. They had it twice in a row. Again, it's just bad starts that they could not recover from. So far for this team, Game 5 has been painful, to say the very least, for all of us. our run's over. I'm sorry to all of you out there who are wanting better out of us. We'll be back in 2 weeks for qualifier number 3, but for now, we're gonna go to raid out. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll see you guys, you all in 2 weeks when we try this again, and hopefully next time we'll do better for all of you. I'm so sorry.